You are looking at the Ohio Health Ice House here as we are getting ready to bring you the ACHA Division I Men's National Championship game from Columbus, Ohio. Hi, welcome inside the Ice House here. I'm Thomas Piano, joined by Jay Sewell. We've made it down from 20 to our final two teams here in the national tournament for the ACHA.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting game. This is the one for all the marbles. We've seen some fabulous hockey here. And again, ironically, out of the computer pretty much had it right. We lost the first team last night, but again, we're number 2 and number 5.
Yeah, looking forward to this game here. The number 2 seed, the Adrian College Bulldogs, they come in on the year 30-1 into this game. The Illinois Fighting Illini, they come in 23-11 during the regular season. Each team have won 3 games to get to this championship game, though.
Yeah, and in the postseason here, we had Adrian getting 2 shutouts, one against Stony Brook 4-0, and then one against eliminated Linwood 4-0, and then of course Oklahoma 5-3, and then Illinois comes in here. They're battle tested. They beat number 12 in a bruising game. Ohio in a really good hockey game, and number 1 Minot and again another crazy game 4-2 in dramatic fashion. I mean, it was exciting last night to watch that last game.
Yeah, the whole tournament really has been really great for that, but these two teams in particular have played some exciting games, some close games, and when you are playing close games, you need your netminders to be big. So far in this tournament, Austin Rodebush for the Bulldogs, he's got a .967 goals against average, save percentage, goals against average of 1 and 2 shutouts. Meanwhile, on the other side, David Heflin, not that much worse. How about a .957 save percentage and a 191 goals against average? For these two teams to come out successful, they need their netminders to be good.
Yeah, and that's really kind of what we're looking for tonight with my player to watch that I want to see in Illinois is number 15, Crookshank. He plays with passion. He's got everything out on his sleeve. And then, of course, the goalie, Rodenbush. If he makes this, if he wins this game, if this team wins this game, he'll be 26-0, a perfect season for the lad.
Unbelievable to think that you could go this long into the season without suffering a loss in all those games played. We don't want to jinx the young man, though, but it's not just about netminders here. These two teams very balanced. For Illinois, they had 7 players with more than 20 points, while Adrian had 10 players with over 30 points. The scoring can come from any different line.
Yeah, it really can. And for Illinois, they've been a chameleon team. They've morphed to everybody's style. Again, we talked about Jamestown just recently. Jamestown, that was a hit fest. I mean, they were out bruising it. They got 2 shorthanded goals during that. Good.
I believe both in the third, too, right?
Yeah, it was an exciting hockey game. And I don't know when anybody gave up 2 shorties last in the national tournament. And then you have Adrian. Again, there's something about their creativity that we haven't seen in any of the other teams. They're not just a straight north-south team. They are going east and west. They're circling back. If they don't have the speed they want coming through the neutral zone, you'll see them back up, go into the defensive zone, cross over, and then bring the puck up. A very, very fast team.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you think particularly for the teams as a whole is a special key for them?
I think both teams, if you get into the penalty box today, you are going to be in trouble.
Yeah, Adrian has had a very good power play all season. They had a very good power play in the games that we've seen here during the tournament as well. They also big on puck possession. Illinois is just big. Their 3 games, they've gone end to end, it seems like. Illinois has just been up and down the ice.
They're not afraid of anybody.
No.
They looked Minot right in the eye, and they spanked them.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. Folks, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll hear from both coaches. You're watching the ACHA YouTube network.
My name is Kelly Lorenz, and I'm the Team Store Specialist here at Aries. AriesTeamStore.com is our solution to helping coaches put together spiritwear sales and fundraising.
My name is Adam Walters, and I'm the head boys and girls track coach at Olentangy Orange High School. The fundraising feature of AriesTeamStore.com is nice because you can add $1 or $2 to every item, and then if you have 100 kids and they all buy one item, you just made a quick, easy $100 or $200. It's effective and simple, easy to use, and you get great apparel.
Welcome back inside the Ohio Health Ice House here. Before the game started here, or before we get to the game, Arbaza Echeverry had a chance to talk to each of the coaches before the game. He got Coach Nick Fabrini from the Fighting Illini first.
Here with Illinois head coach Nick Fabrini. Nick, number one, congratulations on getting to the national championship game through a hard-fought series. I mean, you guys well against the number one team in the country last night.
Yeah, thank you. Like I just got done telling you, I thought last night was a really strong game for us and one that we needed to beat a good Minot State team.
4 straight games, 4 days. This is obviously one that solves everything, the one that means everything. What do you tell your team before the matchup, and what are you telling them and these guys getting amped up?
I mean, this is what we've prepared for all year long. We talked back in September about approaching every game like a championship game, so if and when we got here on March 13th, that'd be a familiar feeling. I think that that's something more good effort again here tonight.
You beat the number one team last night. You get number 2 tonight. What's the plan going out to beat both the 1 and 2 teams?
Really going to have to limit their they've got a really talented front.
Hey, best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
All righty, and thank you very much for that, Boz. He also had a chance to catch up with Adrian Coach Gary Astalos as well.
All right, here with Adrian College head coach Gary Astalos. Gary, you're playing a team that just beat the number one team in the country. What are the things that you're looking for against this team to try to beat them?
Yeah, they're a fast team. They're a hard-working team, well-coached. Nick, has them going, so it'll be a good test. We just have to play our game, and hopefully good things will come.
You also have a backstop here that's played remarkably well in this tournament. The key obviously with him, and it revolves around goaltender Austin Rodebush. How much has he meant to this team through the whole season?
Yeah, he's meant a ton. He's a really good goalie. He competes, he battles. I think our defense take a lot of pride in playing in front of him, so he's meant a lot, and we'll need all 21 going tonight to play well in front of him.
The key for your team really has been dominating this tournament. How do you keep that up, especially in this national championship game?
Yeah, I mean, we take a lot of pride in just hard work, simple things, getting pucks deep, never giving up on plays. So as long as we can be us, hopefully good things will come.
All right, Gary, best of luck to you in this championship game.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much for that, Boz. And we've had a chance to see the games yesterday. Quick turnaround here, less than 24 hours later, we're right back on the ice here for the national championship. What do you think the lesson was from the two coaches? If you were coaching either side, what would you have to say to your players today?
Well, again, this is the game. For you seniors, this is the last time that you're going to participate possibly at this level, unless you're going somewhere else in your hockey career. This is the time. This is their moment. I'm sure both coaches gave a little bit of instructions, but, maybe at a minimal. It's really like, play the games that we've played and be effective and compete. All I ask you is to compete at a high level.
And, we've used kind of the same line, and the great Herb Brooks line of play your game. And I think, again, for this national tournament, it's been true for so many of the games we've seen in this tournament, and I feel like this national championships game is going to be no different. Play your game. Keep doing what has gotten you to this far along in the tournament. Yeah,
and I think Illinois, they're just going to let Adrian decide what kind of game we're going to play, a finesse game, a high-tempo game, or a bruising game. They'll be able to adapt to either one. I've never seen a team that can play anybody's system effectively.
Yeah, and so with that note, we're going to go ahead and send it down to public address announcer Andy Storrs, who is going to give us the introductions of the starting lineups and the national anthem.
YouTube network. Welcome to the Ohio Health Ice House in Columbus, Ohio, for the 2018 American Collegiate Hockey Association Men's Division I National Championship Tournament, hosted by the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Ohio Health Schiller Ice Rinks. 6 days ago, 20 teams began their quest to achieve a national championship. And tonight, after many hard-fought battles, we're down to the final 2 teams remaining in that quest to win the ultimate prize in men's ACHA Division I hockey, the awarding of the Murdoch Cup to tonight's victor. Our final 2 teams standing for tonight's championship game, game number 19. On the visiting bench from the Central States Collegiate Hockey League, the number 5 seed, University of Illinois Fighting Illini. And on the home team bench from the Great Lakes Collegiate Hockey League, the number 2 seed, Adrian College Bulldogs. This is ACHA Public Address Announcer Andy Storrs. Let's begin our festivities this evening by introducing the starting lineups for both teams. Beginning first with the visiting team bench, the Illinois Fighting Illini. In goal, a senior from Mundelein, Illinois, number 29, David Heflin. On defense, a senior from Elk Grove Village, Illinois, number 2, Joe Rittendale. On defense, a junior from Effingham, Illinois, number 22, Tyler Opilka. At center, a sophomore from Darien, Illinois, number 44, Luke Forfar. At left wing, a sophomore from Naperville, Illinois, number 7, Stephen Quinn. And at right wing, a freshman from Darien, Illinois, number 10, Drew Richter. The head coach of the Fighting Illini is Nick Fabrini. His assistants are Pierce Butler and Zev Grummett Morris. Now let's meet the starting lineups for the home team bench. The Adrian Bulldogs. In goal, a senior from Toledo, Ohio, number 56, Austin Rodebush. On defense, a sophomore from Leamington, Ontario, number 4, J.P. Grinnell. On defense, a freshman from Calgary, Alberta, number 25, Dan Stone. At center, a sophomore from Calgary, Alberta, number 14, Rainer Glimple. At left wing, a sophomore from Etobicoke, Ontario, number 16, Marcus Rose. And at right wing, a sophomore from Woodhaven, Michigan, number 19, Dominic Moore. The head coach of the Bulldogs is Gary Ostelos. His assistants are Aaron Bain and Max Gavin. The trainer is Leslie Schulman, and the equipment manager is Jason Hickey. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and kindly remove all caps and join me, soloist Andy Storrs and organist Gary Lichtart, for the singing and playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
National Championship at the Ohio Health Ice House in Columbus, Ohio. I'm Cristiano Simonetta, joined alongside by Quinn Kuski tonight. The number 5 ranked University of Illinois Fighting Illini clash with the number 2 ranked Adrian Bulldogs. Each team has had to go through 3 other teams in this 20-team tournament, and it's going to be an exciting finish to the D1 squad.
Yeah, I fully expect a game very similar to what we called just last night between the Fighting Illini and Minot State Beavers. That game was very fast-paced. There weren't a lot of stoppages. It was up and down action throughout. Not a lot of defense, both teams heavily relying on their netminders, and I fully expect to see something very similar tonight.
You mentioned the netminders, those who wear the largest pads in between 2 goalposts. Right on your screen there, Austin Raudebusch, 22-0 on the season, 3-0 in the postseason, 1.00 goals against average, .967 save percentage. At the other end, it's David Heflin, number 29 in orange and gray in the postseason, 3-0, 1.91 goals against average, .957 save percentage. He has had 132 saves, and we're underway in the national championship. Controlled here by Adrian, bottom of your screen. They're in their own zone. It's number 25, Dan Stone. The freshman defenseman skates along the left wing side in the Illini zone. Here is Joe Nolan. He's pressured there by number 24, Justin Fisher. Cleared back out to center ice where Drew Richter is closed off beautifully by number 16, Marcus Rose. Dan Stone in the neutral zone, tips it ahead for Dominic Moore, right circle. He fires one, an easy save there for Heflin. 24 seconds into the first period. We'll send it down to ice level with Baz Etavari.
Game, Kyle Perkowski, of course, he got suspended for kind of a dirty play yesterday. And, of course, Jack Graham out of Illinois, he's playing sick right now. So, pair of 18s in some trouble today.
Kyle Perkowski disqualified for tonight's matchup. Here comes Illinois 4-on-2. McGing's got it left circle. He throws it in front, and Joey Ritnell just lost it off his reach, rather. 40 seconds into the first period, but the defense for Illinois getting involved, and now a 2-on-1 the other way. Corbin, a nice move. He's in alone. A backdoor play. They score! 45 seconds into the first period, and Adrian strikes first.
Yeah, I mean, just a beautiful toe drag right at the blue line, set up a 2-on-0 chance. Not much Heflin can do there. They hit him with a backdoor first time, tapped it right by. Just a gorgeous play by Adrian. Great stick handling, led to a great chance.
And that's how we start this national championship run. Adrian, the number 2 team in the country, scoring in the first 45 seconds as number 21, Mike Figner, got it, his second goal of the tournament. How will Illinois respond? Josh Hosking now to the near side. This is Oshawi. Clears it in now. David Heflin decides to stay in his crease. Tyler Opilka on the near side wall. Dumps it out for Illinois. One-on-run rush there between number 15, Hoskin, and number 15, Eric Cruikshank, who gives him a jolt. To the far side it goes in Adrian's territory. Cleared out. Tyler Opilka to race for it against Chris Donaldson. This will be icing. 1:10 into the first period, and that led to that 2-on-1 break, Quinn. Bobby Ernstling was checked at the Illini's, or rather Adrian's blue line, and the Illini bench was furious that that wasn't called.
Yeah, it was a hit that may be a questionable call, no call, but when it comes down to it, it's a championship game. I expect it to be called very loosely. Not a lot of penalties. The refs really are going to want to let them go here tonight.
Sabo held up, and there will be a penalty, so Quinn right on cue, 1:16 into the opening frame. Illinois goes to their first power play of the night, and it's the 4th line causing it as Evan Sabo was dragged down.
Yeah, Illinois, they have a solid power play team. They've done good throughout the season. I expect them to be very effective tonight, and hopefully they can get one here. Well, they hope they can get one here and draw this game even at 1 apiece.
On the power play in the tournament, Illinois is 3 for 8. For the PK of Adrian, 18 for 19. They killed all 10 power plays that Lindenwood had in the semifinal.
Yeah, I mean, that was including two-minute long 5-on-3s, and they killed them like it was nothing. So it'll be interesting to see how Illinois fares against this penalty kill unit tonight.
Luke Forfar drives it back for Joe Nolan. Eric Cruikshank. Nolan fakes it. Cruikshank winds one up, and that one's wide of the cage. Ricochets to the far side where it's McGing. Weird bounce off the stanchion. He keeps the motor humming for the guys in orange and gray. It's Nolan walking the line. Looking through traffic, it's Cruikshank again, right circle. The senior forward in his last game as a member of the Illini. Number 15 stops and starts, holds, nice pass from McGing. Breaks it out to the top of the left point for Nolan. Out in front in the slot, but cleared away, blocked down there by Bobby Ernstling. He goes below for McGing along the far side corner. Nice stop and start move, but Dan Stone read the playbook, and he dumps it all the way down. 45 seconds in the Illini power play. Nolan, or the center ice logo, the Columbus Blue Jackets logo. He's belted there by number 7, Cooper McLean. And no, Nolan is a hard man to knock down, 6'4", 220, but this Adrian team is built right down the middle.
Yeah, they're a strong team, and their goal is they're not even going to let Illinois get into the zone. They can kill off this whole penalty in the neutral zone if that's their plan.
Richter dropped it for Cole as he moves in left circle. Thomas Cole as he's in, and that shot was blocked down. And a rebound trapped the right pad of Rodebush, and it's counter behind the goal. For Joey Rittendale, right point, has Opilka left point. He hits him. Tyler Opilka, junior defenseman out of Effingham, Illinois for Joey Rittendale, the senior. And the captain as well as this Illini team, Opilka. Straightaway, goes for Richter left circle. Down low for Kolas. They might want to try that stuff chance, but instead, they double back to the point. Opilka for Kolas through traffic, winds, fires, and a glove save, and a rebound try there. Was unable to be corralled by Rittendale, kept in the line by Opilka momentarily, but dumped down by the goal scorer, Mike Finger. 16:55 left in the first. And a bad clear there from David Heflin. It's going to be corralled by Archie McKinnon, the captain for Adrian, and dumped down. Heflin will have to play this one as we get a whistle. 16:47 left in the first.
I believe we might have a penalty upcoming.
Three seconds left in the 5-on-4 for Illinois. As we had a whistle, possibly a hand pass. Neil Novosel now on the draw against his fellow number 14. That's Rainer Glimpel. Glimpel with 25 points in 31 games in the regular season. Novosel lost the draw to Glimpel. And wrapped along that far side, we're back to even strength. Adrian could have numbers. Caprio will defend against Rose. He drops it for Glimpel, right circle. A firing shot there was blocked out in front. The Illinois defense, 3:25 into the hockey game. Adrian scored 45 seconds in thanks to a pass from Brad Coburn. And number 21, Mike Finger. David Heflin had no chance.
Yeah, right as Adrian was coming on the rush there, they had a man come out the box, and he just skipped straight to the bench. If he'd hopped into the rush, they would have had a 3-on-2 and possibly a good opportunity to extend this lead.
Stuve's pass was broken up by Dominic Moore. Played back to the right point, Marcel Kotek. Instead, Adrian will outlet cleanly. David Heflin out to play it, the senior goaltender out of Mundelein, Illinois. Hits Grant Stuve as well as Eric Cruikshank. The duo of seniors bring it through the neutral zone. Stuve now interchanges with Cruikshank, but that pass is broken down by Marcus Rose, who has to be Adrian's number one guy offensively. 4 points in the tournament and 47 points in the regular season. J.P. Greneau, 1 assist in the tournament, tosses one across the short glass. Mark Candati races for it against number 26, Joe Costello. And Candati dumps him. On the far side, half wall, it is Kolas, skate to stick, and now Bobby Ernstine wrapping one out in front for James McGing, but Dan Stone corrals that. Illinois trying to beat Adrian at their own game using that glass, as well as the boards, but the Bulldogs are fit to the task. We get an icing. 15:25 left in the first.
Something to watch for, Heflin letting a goal early, and Adrian really hasn't had another good chance since then. You got to wonder if Heflin's been able to shake that off, or if that's still floating around in his head that they scored very early on in this game. So watch for him. Hopefully he's got to hope to make a big save here some point soon and kind of mentally get himself back into the game.
Trader's pass into the neutral zone as Dan Stone had to settle it down. He goes up high, and here is Joe Nolan. Fakes around a man as well as a sprawling Bulldog, but an outlet pass from number 13 McGing onto Candati's stick. He clears one in around the near side. McGing comes to play it with Stone. Dan Stone wrapped one along those boards. McGing broke it up momentarily, and Bobby Ernstine through a man's legs. He tried to drop it along that near side. McGing has lost his glove, but Brad Coburn led the Bulldogs with 38 goals in the regular season. He dishes it off, and a left pad save there by Heflin as Costello comes to the puck along the near side. Wrapping it to the far point. Slap shot here. Coming off the blocker of Heflin there. Josh Hosking, a seeing eye drive, but Heflin was able to shoulder it away. Kept in here by Adrian, though. 2-on-4 rush. It's Finger cutting in the middle. Instead, Oshawa has in a low slot. He fires one in that unmet end boards, but a chance for Adrian to double their lead, and it didn't take too long. Cleared out by Illinois. This one, I believe, will be icing. As Oshawa reaches the hash marks. 14-18 left in the first period. What have you seen from Adrian? You mentioned they haven't had a lot of chances, but some offensive zone time there.
Yeah, well, they're generating a decent amount of zone time, and I feel like Illinois might have gotten fairly lucky in that penalty because that kind of slowed Adrian down. They got out of their rhythm, and if they had been able to stay in that rhythm, this game's probably 2-0 already.
Quick shot from Donaldson. He tries to finesse through to the high slot. Instead, it's poked away, and David Counter, bottom of your screen, rushes through the neutral zone. Deeks around a man. That was Oshawa. Coming to the puck will be Hosking. We've hit the 6-minute point of the national championship. Here comes Stephen Quinn. Drops it for Forfar. Spinning drive just wide of Rodebush's glove side. Quinn lays a hit on. It's left there for number 24, Justin Fisher. Kept into the line by Mark Condotti. He'll shovel it to the front of the net just wide of the goal. And Stephen Quinn on the right circle. Floats one down low for Richter. He tries to speed around a man. He does. Interchanges with Forfar. Illinois with a nice chance. Stopping and starting along that far side is Richter. Forfar winning a board battle. But held a bit. Broken down to the neutral zone. Oshoi sent one to that near side where it's Chris Donaldson getting the red line. Adrian, a must-needed change, and they exercise their right to do it. Candotti through his own circles. Makes one man miss. Uses a saucer pass that barely escapes the zone. But Stephen Quinn up for number 15, Eric Cruikshank. Floated out to the middle area. Thomas Kolas. We've had some back-and-forth action here, Quinn. But the main story, that first rush from Adrian, a 2-on-0 between Coburn and Mike Finger. And it's tough for any goaltender to stop a 2-on-1, especially a guy like David Heflin, even if the numbers have been there for number 29 in orange and gray.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a great odd man situation generated by Adrian, and they capitalized on it very quickly, and that's something that you're going to need to see from both teams, is anytime they get an opportunity, you've got to capitalize in a game like this.
Kolas missed a pass, and now here comes number 7, Cooper McLean. Kotek joining the rush left circle. He fires, and a blocker save there by Heflin. He holds on. 7:21 into the first period. Adrian up by 1.
That save right there from Heflin's exactly what he needed to make sure he had his confidence back. He's feeling comfortable in the net. You can tell he's sliding around a lot better. He looks like he's more comfortable in the net than he did when that early goal came in. You have to wonder if maybe nerves kicked in when that early goal got by him.
Offensive zone face-off for Adrian, controlled there by Neil Novosel. And Joe Nolan to the far side, Evan Sabo was rushed by Rose, took a hit, made a play, and John Mosler gains the red line and dumps one down for Dan Stone. So there will be a whistle coming up, and David Heflin was rushing to the Illini bench, so I believe a penalty coming up, an elbowing call on Marcus Rose. Illinois to their second power play of the game, maybe a chance to capitalize and tie this one up.
It seems like every single time Adrian really starts to get into a rhythm, that offense starts buzzing around, they're getting a lot of chances. They take a dumb penalty like an elbowing call. It's just, you don't want to take that in a national championship game, and now all the momentum you built up is gone, and you get to start over after this kill.
Illinois wins a draw to the left side. It is James again faking the slap shot. Bobby Ernsting. Hash marks for Nolan. Stepping in, firing one, and a great right bad save. Austin Rodebush may have got the right shoulder on it as well. McGing is rushed. He goes down low for Forfar. Out in front for Ernsting. That exploded off his stick. And Joe Nolan deflects it ahead. Cruikshank regains. High circle. Shoots. Blocked down. As Adrian had some numbers to protect against number 15's drive. They clear it back out to center. 12 minutes left in the first period. Nolan again. Right circle. He scored a power play goal last night against Minot State. He's brought down. A Stone rung it along the boards in the stanchion. Kept in there by McGing beautifully. 1:20 left in the Illini power play. Rose sits 2 minutes for elbowing. Nolan for Cruikshank, right circle. Floats it out in front. He wanted Bobby Ernsting in that low slot play, Quinn, but he just missed him. And McGing through traffic, left, a rather right knee pad save there by number 24. Deflected out in front for Forfar. He lost his stick. Gives a reverse check. Hunting for it there is Coburn. Or rather, that was Archie McKinnon. McGing now back angle. Shot there from Bobby Ernsting. Stopped by Rodebush, who has been almost perfect in the tournament. Cleared not out. It is McGing. Slap shot through traffic. Deflection there from Merrick Cruikshank. But that one missed as well. So Illinois having their chances on the power play. Some zone time too. But they can't capitalize as this one is excavated by Dan Stone. 11:04 left in the first.
Yeah, defensively out of the penalty kill, Adrian just shutting everything down. There's not a whole lot of shooting lanes for Illinois to send that puck in.
Yeah, there's a reason that Rodebush is 25-0 on this season, and Adrian just sits in every shooting lane. Shots aren't getting through. As a goalie, it's a whole lot easier to win a game if you don't have to make any saves, and Adrian's just sitting in every shooting lane, and that's why you're seeing shots going wide and you're seeing shots getting blocked. There's nowhere for him to go.
They only allowed 23 shots against as Adrian played Lindenwood in the semifinal. Kolas behind the net. We're back to 5-on-5. 2 penalty kills here for Adrian. It's Opilka through traffic. Deflected on the low side. A rebound try. Great glove save there by Rodebush on Kellner. 10:19 left in the first period. You mentioned it, Quinn. There's a reason why Austin Rodebush is 25-0.
Yeah, he's 25-0 for a reason. Not only is Adrian a great shot blocking team, great job of getting in the shooting lanes, Rodebush is a fantastic goalie, and you see it there. I mean, he's 6'6", still moves around like he's 5'7", and has a lightning fast glove hand.
We're going to go to immediate timeout. Adrian up 1-0 over Illinois. You are watching the 2018 National Championship.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Aries Sportswear, the official merchandise sponsor of the ACHA. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape of the ACHA. And by the Three-Legged Mare, located right in the heart of downtown Columbus.
As we take a look back at this great save from Austin Rodebush, Christian Simonetta with you, Quinn Kuski-Baz, Echevarri down at ice level. David Counter right on the doorstep, but number 56 says no.
I mean, he did it, textbook shot. You got the puck off the ground, lifted it from right in front, so the goalie can't make that pad save just by laying out. And as big as Rodebush is, he can take up that entire net just by spreading out his pads. And I mean, he lifted it up, and Rodebush just robbed him from point blank. I mean, you have almost no reaction time, and he still moved the glove in time to make that save.
Rodebush, 6'3", 220 pounds, out of Toledo, Ohio. Keeps this game in his team's favor. Neil Novosel on the draw against number 26, Costello. Evan Sabo to the far side corner. He gets boarded by a pair of Bulldogs. Novosel in to protect. And he comes free along the goal line. May want to try and rush this one to the front. Instead was stifled by the Bulldogs. Sabo and Moskalik lose the puck along that far side half wall. Michael Trader couldn't get it deep. And Josh Hosking rattles one of the near side, J.P. Greneau. Sophomore defenseman out of Leadington, Ontario. Gets the job done. Here is Brad Coburn. He dekes around a man, gains a line far side, trying to deke through two, and that's a play that Coburn is used to making, but Illinois' defense stopped him there. Greneau left point, looking for deflection there, and it ricochets to the right side. Here is Hosking, through traffic, deflected down, now on the goal line, jamming one out in front. That one was blocked by the stick of David Heflin. But Adrian with some chances here. Greneau looking for one more. Fakes the drive, goes to the right side, Hosking. Through traffic, backdoor play, and that one is deflected out in front with Coburn lingering in the slot. 9:23 left in the first period, 1-0 Adrian. This will be iced by Illinois. And so the Illini will have to come back out on the ice, 5 skaters. A little gassed here after that extended zone time there from Adrian.
Yeah, if you're Illinois, it almost feels like you're playing the Beavers again, just in a different uniform. Adrian plays a very similar game, an aggressive forecheck, forcing a lot of in-the-zone turnovers. And if you're Illinois, if you can just avoid those turnovers, you'll be all right.
Brittendale now for Nolan, lost it in his skates, turned over. Now it is Rose to the right point. Drive there, wide of everybody. And from Marcel Kotek. Number 19, Dominic Moore. On that near side corner, got it for McKinnon. McKinnon's got a seeing eye shot. It's a bit of a changeup. And corralled there by Moore.
Yeah, the puck was rolling on McKinnon as he tried to fire that one off.
And we will have one more trying to go to the right side. Slap shot coming, and that one was blocked in front by a sprawling Joe Nolan. But keeping the motor humming is number 16, Rose. McKinnon lost it momentarily. Illinois able to change. Glimple checked there by Sabo. But he got the job done and cleared it. And now it is Kotek, cross corner. Caprio boarded there by Rose. 11:27 into the first period, 1-0 Adrian, and the goals came 45 seconds into the first period. So right after that opening puck drop, now it's Stephen Quinn. Well on the neutral zone, taking a man wide. That was number 12, Austin Kuhn. And Quinn still has it, but he is harassed heavily there by a pair of Bulldogs, but he'll be on the back check against Stone. Quinn pushes Stone up against the Illini bench. Richter drops it back for the D pair. And Tyler Opilka and Joey Caprio using the boards now. It's Forfar, tipping it in and guiding it on that far side corner. Richter lays a hit on number 4, J.P. Greneau, as we get a whistle and a stoppage. 7:58 left in the first.
Yeah, Illinois, they seem fairly nervous out the gate. They're settling into this game. They're adjusting to the task at hand, because Adrian, they're just as tough as Minot State was last night. They're in for a real tough matchup here, and I think they let in an early goal, then they kind of, it almost like it helps settle their nerves, and they're settling into this game.
Cruikshank lost the puck against number 24, Fisher, and it's Dan Stone. On the far side, neutral is only for a tip play for Donaldson. Jack Graham lost it. Donaldson on the backhand, spinning, faking around Graham. He may have some room along that near side, tried to stuff it home. It's deflected by Thomas Kolas, who scored 2 goals against Minot State last night. Toe drag, here it comes. It's shot off the right glove of Grinnell. Back out of the left point, Kendati is punished there by number 24, Fisher. This game is not for the faint of heart, especially with national championship glory. And here is Stuve, left point, shoots one, blocked. He'll keep going around number 25. He digs out in front of the right pad save there by Rodebush. Grant Stuve doing it all. Rodebush just doing a bit more. He corrals it now at the goal line. Blind pass for Kolas, chipped out to the near side. Illinois getting chances, but as we've talked throughout the tournament, Quinn, it's been Austin Rodebush standing strong for the guys in yellow and black.
He has been the backstop for this team all season. They've been able to count on him throughout this season and throughout this tournament.
Turnover out in front, backdoor pass, it's up in the air, Heflin lost it, they score! Michael Trader!
Yeah, Trader was right there at the top of the crease, and the puck it hopped over the goaltender's pads and just right to him, and an easy goal for him.
I mean, it's exactly what I talked about. You can't give up a defensive zone turnover against this team. Illinois turned it over right in front of Heflin, and a quick shot, he got it, but it rolled, just like Boz just said, right over his pads and dropped right on the doorstep, and one of the easiest goals you're going to score all tournament.
We saw Adrian score a very similar goal, knock down Cooper Seedot's drive, the goaltender of Lindenwood. And it was an easy tap-in for Marcus Rose, and now Illinois down 2-0 against Adrian. But Joe Nolan's pass, he had 3 4-checkers from Adrian, and that's what you'll see from the Bulldogs. They will rush you 110% every shift.
Yeah, they're going to go full on every single time, and that is just a swarming forecheck, and that time they force a turnover, and it generates a goal.
Bobby Ernstine left circle trying to answer for Illinois. He goes on the toe drag. It is knocked away by number 13, Steven Shakesi. Or Shakesi, I should say. Cleared back down and rattling along the boards. This one will be icing, but Caprio wins the race against Coburn. So we saw Illinois go down early against Minot State, against Ohio, but a mammoth defensively like Austin Rodebush, as well as the Adrian Bulldogs. A 2-goal deficit may be the game, although we, of course, have 6 minutes left in the first.
There's plenty of hockey left to be played here, but Illinois, they've definitely got to start playing their game. They're trying to play Adrian's game right now, and that's not going to fly against this team.
Opilka, his shot was blocked. Novasa shoots it into the chest there of Rodebush. Number 14 in orange and gray, he had 6 goals in the regular season, but the Toledo, Ohio goaltender makes the stop. 5:58 left in the first.
Yeah, it almost seems like those are the first 2 clean shots we've seen Austin Rodebush face in a while, at least the last couple of games. Austin Rodebush has been seeing a lot of dirty shots, or shots that haven't gotten to him at all.
Well, on the near side corner, it is Costello. Or rather, Kotek bringing it along the left side, kept in by Illinois. It is Novosel with a spinning drive, gloved down by Rodebush, and he continues to play it. Some confidence there. Over to Archie McKinnon, now to the near side. Adrian wants to get it in deep, and they will be able to do so. It is Costello on the neutral zone. Now to the right side, Kotek. The Prague Czech native, the sophomore defenseman, dumps in along the cross corner. And here is Coburn along the hash marks, right circle. Tight angle drive was blocked down. He'll get a second whack at it. And play it for Costello, Stephen Quinn. Top of your screen along the red line. Clears it between a man. He'll be on the race for it. And the hunt against McKinnon. He takes his man. And then coming away with the puck is Richter along the left circle. He's got some speed. He moves in, he fires, and an easy blocker save there for Rodebush. That's the regular day at the office, and Stephen Quinn is being mauled in the corner there by McKinnon. Both guys guilty of some infraction, but the referees let the boys play. It is Richter along the far side half wall, spinning it there for Nolan. Now for Joey Rittendale, the captain. Has a guy in front, looking for deflection, and that may have hit far out in front. And now it is Mike Finger who opened the scoring 45 seconds into the first period. Gains the red line, dumps in it, but Illinois, they're getting there, Quinn. But once you have a shot at Rodebush, it's been locked down. So we get an offsides.
Yeah, McKinnon and Quinn there in the zone. They came in, McKinnon went after the puck, and Quinn boarded him, which, I mean, the refs are letting him play. It could have been called if this was regular season hockey, and McKinnon took exception to it. They both went to ground. They kind of rolled around on the ground there for a while, and then even after they got back up, they jawed the entire time Illinois was in the zone.
More to the left side, it's Grinnell, and for more again, the shot was blocked out in front by Opilka to the right side, Dan Stone. Down low there for number 16, Rose. Has Grinnell right point. He tries to skate in. Now to the left side. Stone, one-timer deflection just wide of the cage. That was off the left skate by number 14, Glimpel. And now we'll have that penalty coming up on Illinois. A hooking Minor, 15:41 into the first period. And if you're Adrian, this is a chance to take over the game early.
Yeah, I mean, as solid as Adrian's been defensively and as strong as Rotobush has been in the net, 3-0 is a hard hill to climb. But if you're Illinois and you do go down 3-0, at least it's still the first period. You've got plenty of time. Get to the intermission and just talk this over and look kind of how you're going to get back into this game.
Illinois 15 for 15 on the penalty kill. That is the best in the tournament. But Adrian 5 for 20 with the man advantage, 25% success rate. It is number 14 now, Glimple to the near side. They go to work. On that far side, it is Nolan blocking down. Quick play there and a shot right from the right circle. Missed everything from Moore. And he doesn't miss those often. It's Donaldson. Faking off Ernsting now to the right side. It is Oshoey. Now on the corner off the goalpost, possibly you heard it ring from Rose's tight angle chance, but Heflin was able to stop it. 3:54 left in the first.
Yeah, Minot State had the best power play in this whole tournament coming into the game last night. They had multiple power play opportunities, and Illinois shut them all down. They're still perfect on the tournament, and now Adrian comes in, and you get a high stick right there.
Joey Caprio battling along that far side corner. They get a whistle. 28 seconds into the power play for Adrian. And the most important thing about this opening half minute, it hasn't left the Illini's defensive zone.
Yeah, and you noticed almost the exact same thing last night with Minot. But while Illinois lets you stay in the zone, you can't get into the middle of the zone. You're forced to take shots from the outside, and Heflin has solid rebound control. I don't see a lot of pucks getting past him from the outside.
Oshoey walks the line, goes along the far side now for Rose, or rather Dominic Moore. On the goal line now for Glimple. And Moore to the left side, Oshoey. To the half wall it goes for Hosking. And a right point shot there was deflected out in front. And a nice active movement from Adrian's power play. Caprio was tied down, cleared along the left side. Far battling, instead it's Oshoey. Escaping with it, 65 seconds into Adrian's first power play of the night. He looks off a pair of Illini, now has a man at the top of the point, it's Moore. He holds it onto the circle, going down low, a stuff play, here it comes, and a glove save there by Heflin. And a rebound try, they shrink it, and the puck is loose, and a swipe there from Luke Forfar may have saved a goal with Chris Donaldson in the clear.
Forfar, without question, just saved a goal. Heflin was all the way on the other side of the crease. There was no way he was getting across. Forfar chops it out the zone.
Oshoey and Rittendale battle. It's cleared down by Illinois. 2:55 left in the first period. Adrian up 2-0. The opening frame of the 2018 ACHA National Championship Division I. Kotek out of the near side, bottom of your screen. It is Coburn. He can make a man miss. He tries to take Indati wide out in front. Back into play from Rose. And that one was knocked down and cleared by Eric Cruikshank. So Illinois, they've survived so far, but some great pressure from Adrian with the man advantage.
If you're Adrian, a power play goal can be great for momentum, but on the counter side, if you're Illinois and you kill this, that's great for momentum your way.
Coburn goes to the inside. Pass from him fluttered to the corner. And a pair of 27s battle with Nolan coming to help. Opilka's out of the box. It exchanges for Sabo. On the far side circle, Adrian with the possession. Right side now. Kotek drive, and that was blocked by Kendati out in front against Marcus Rose. To the near side, John Mosklik finds an open area. What will he do with it? Clears it up for Evan Sabo. Greneau angles it right back. And here come the Bulldogs. Rose, deking, finessing. What a nice move. He may try a wraparound play, but 4 Illinois players close in on him. Out in front. It's a chance off the shoulder of Heflin. And Austin Kuhn was in the clear, but Heflin kept his team alive for now. Still a 2-0 game for Adrian, but goaltenders, the story early on.
Yeah, that Illinois bench right now pumped up after that save.
Behind the goal it goes. It is Shakesi. Now for number 17, Archie McKinnon. The senior captain, 1 assist on the tournament, known for his muscles, 6'5", 220. McGain pushed it back for Illinois. And skating free is Caprio over to Tyler Opilka. He'll gain the red line, shoot it in wide of Rodebush, but he extends his stick out to play it. McGain down low for Ernsting. Chips it behind the goal for Kellner. Looking for it there is Shakesi and Kellner. Bobby Ernsting with some great work along the wall. But it's Justin Fisher. The chance for Illinois there. 50-50 puck battles along those half walls. The winner in the first period has to be Adrian as we reach the 1 minute point In the first period, cleared down by Adrian. This will be an icing, so a rare blunder from them. Illinois with an opportunity to change. 47.8 left in the first.
Yeah, Adrian, like you noted, Adrian's been dominating in the puck battles. Those 50-50 battles right now, Adrian is completely controlling. It's probably more 75-25 in favor of Adrian right now. And that's definitely something as you go into the locker room here in just 50 seconds, you want to really talk about that. If you're Illinois, you got to get to those loose pucks.
Forfar against Fisher on the draw. They tie up. It comes free now for number 13, Shikesi, to the far side. Candati decides not to pinch in along the left point as he was already back skating Illinois on a delayed offsides. They reach the blue line, and it's McKinnon behind the goal. Lone forechecker in Forfar. Adrian trying to run a play. They bait Forfar, and here comes McKinnon galloping out to the neutral zone, going along that near side corner. It is Jack Graham rattling one around the far side. Stephen Quinn now. Pass too far for Forfar. It'll be Quinn with a second chance at it. Protects it on the backhand and floats it through. Almost too many on the ice there for Adrian. 12
Figure
seconds
just
left
went
in
to
the
the
first
board
period.
awkwardly. The door was open. He was flying over to the bench, and he took a weird tumble in. It did not look good.
3 seconds left, maybe a last second chance for Adrian. It is McLean. Instead, he runs out of time, and the shot there was blocked by Cruikshank anyway. He is noticeably stung after that one, but through 20 minutes, Adrian a 2-0 lead over Illinois. Your opening thoughts on that first period?
Adrian took over the first period. They just seemed like they were faster, quicker to loose pucks. It just seems to me like Adrian wants it more right now. And if you're Illinois, I have a feeling they're about to get chewed out in the locker room, and they're going to come out here pushing really hard in the second period.
Well, it started off from that play in the opening minute. It's a national championship game, and Adrian flexing their muscles early, the number 2 team in the country that went 30-1 in the regular season. And they made Illinois pay thanks to a goal scored by Mike Finger. Adding another one was Michael Trader. So if you're Illinois and you're chewing out your locker room, that would be head coach Nick Fabrini's job. What are you telling your crew?
You just gotta play like you want it right now. Is what I was saying earlier. Adrian acts like they want it more. They're faster to the loose pucks. They're quicker on the draws. They're battling harder on the boards. They're forcing turnovers. You have to play mistake-free hockey if you're Illinois.
And no power play goals scored from either side as well. Adrian with an opportunity. Illinois with 2. Let's send it down to ice level with Baz Ajavari.
All right, Nick, after the first period, find yourself down 2 goals. What needs to change it from your team in order to get back in this one?
We need to do a better job of accounting for guys on the rush. We talked about them being a dangerous offensive team and really gave them 2 goals on a platter. So it's really important for us to lock down there in the D zone here and let our offense kind of take over.
40 minutes left. You guys have battled back the whole year. This team still seems it has its confidence in there. You were just telling your players hit the open ice with it. Is that what you're seeing? Just a lot of open ice, and we're just not kind of going out and attacking?
Yeah, I mean we had some good opportunities. We had right before they scored, we had a 4-on-2. So it hasn't been for a lack of opportunities being there. It's really about us getting pucks to the net and keeping things simple and getting hungry on rebounds.
All right, Coach. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Boz. That was Illini Hockey head coach Nick Fabrini. His team's down 2-0 after 20 minutes. We'll send it to commercial break. You are watching the 2018 ACHA National Championships.
For over a century, Columbus has had an appetite for sports. As our city grew, so did our ravenous hunger for more. More sports, more of the time. And not just the mainstream, we wanted it all. A sports city founded on determination, focus, strength. We were never mediocre, and to this day, we never settle. We're a bunch of sports-crazed, competition junkies dying to sink our teeth into whatever game, match, tournament, league, or season thrown our way. You see, Columbus is full of passion. Passion for all that sports embody. Hope, challenges, progress. As we continue our journey to be one of the world's best sports destinations, it's clear Columbus has no off-season.
And I'm the Team Store Specialist here at Aries. AriesTeamStore.com is our solution to helping coaches put together spiritwear sales and fundraising.
My name is Adam Walters, and I'm the head boys and girls track coach at Olentangy Orange High School. The fundraising feature of AriesTeamStore.com is nice because you can add $1 or $2 to every item, and then if you have 100 kids and they all buy one item, you just made a quick, easy $100 or $200. It's effective and simple, easy to use, and you get great apparel.
Welcome back inside the Ohio Health Ice House here. We've reached the first intermission. Adrian College leading the Fighting Illini by a score of 2-0. Adrian struck first 45 seconds into this game, but really that seemed to kind of open it up a little bit. It took the nerves out, I think, for both teams as we're going pretty end-to-end there for most of the period.
Yeah, it's a good battle, and we've seen all through this tournament that the team that scores first necessarily isn't the winner. And statistically, from all the way from Pee Wee all the way up, you normally expect that for a team that scores first is going to carry the play, but Illinois is not out of this.
No, they've overcome adversity already in this tournament. They gave up a late goal to Ohio. You'd think that would take all the momentum out of it. They actually were still able to get that overtime game winner to continue on in this tournament.
Well, I think it's appropriate that they say the fighting spirit of the Illini.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come on back, we'll take a look at some of the highlights from period number 1.
Hey, I'm Dave from Howie's, and I'm here to tell you what makes Howie's cloth tape the best tape on the market. It starts with strength. Our tape is made with a poly cotton blend, and it has the highest thread count of any tape on the market. It's going to last longer. Next is adhesive. We use an aggressive adhesive that will guarantee this tape will stay on your stick. That's what it's supposed to do, right? I promise you'll love this tape.
She's got to shoot it, and she hits it.
Are you ready, Columbus? Then join us for the debut of the NCAA Women's Final Four at Nationwide Arena. Get ready to see it all, do it all, and go for it all. March 29th through April 1st. Never stops, and the fun never ends. Join us all weekend long. Visit ncaa.com/Women's Final Four today.
Do you think she'll get along with her roommate? They talked all summer. They'll be fine.
Her classes will be tough. What if she studies too much?
Like we did, you mean?
You think she'll be lonely? She's smart. I know she'll do well, but...
It's not like we're leaving her alone. It's Illinois. She's got family.
Hey,
Welcome back inside the Ohio Health Ice House in the ACHA National Championship game. This is airing live on the ACHA YouTube network. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from period number 1. And it started well enough for the Bulldogs as they would get the first goal just 45 seconds in.
Yeah, you can see by that the speed of Adrian. They got behind everybody, 2 guys, 2-0. Really nothing for the leader of the team, Heflin, to be able to do.
Good little centering pass there, just a nice little 2-on. He came to the middle and then just took it right away. And now the second goal off a turnover made it 2-0 Bulldogs.
Yeah, you got to, again, they got the goalie down. The defenseman came to his aid, but they just couldn't corral the puck to keep it from going in their net, up and over.
That last view really gave us a good look where it's still, even in tight, what ended up being a 3-on-2 and a really great play with that puck being knifed down on what was meant to be an outlet pass.
Yeah, both Nolan, the defenseman, and the goalie lost their sticks, and got no weapon there to keep the puck, sweep it out.
That goal came at the 13-13 mark. It was Mike Tritar's first of the postseason. Fran Tarcangeli got the assist on that goal. So now with a 2-0 lead with 20 in the books, both teams in the locker room, Illinois has nothing to hang their head about. As we mentioned a moment ago, they were in this game. They had their opportunities. But you have a plan for how they could possibly beat the netminder Austin Rodebush.
Well, I think what they've got to do is they've been coming in shots from the perimeter and even from up the slot, but they're not getting them moving side to side. They've got to figure out how to crash that net. Again, if I was coaching this team, I'd make sure that you got one below the red line, circle back, or even get behind the net, see what your options are, so Rodebush doesn't know which side it's coming out from, and then see if you can get him moving side to side, because he hasn't had to move side to side at all during this game.
Yeah, Illinois had 2 power plays in that first period, and they were unable to cash in on them, so something that maybe they can work on going forward. Folks, we're going to go ahead and step aside. When we come back, second period action. As coming back will be Quinn and Cristiano. You're watching the ACHA Network and the coverage of the ACHA National Championship game.
And we're back. 2-0 after one period. Adrian over Illinois. I'm Cristiano Sonetta, joined alongside Quinn Kuski, Faza Javari. The start of the second period, Adrian started off that first period with a bang. A goal 45 seconds in coming from Mike Finger. Not an ideal start, obviously, for the Fighting Illini.
Definitely not. And they've settled into this game since then, and I don't expect to see that again. If you're Illinois this period, you've got to get shots off quicker. You can't be holding the puck for too long because Adrian, the Bulldogs, are jumping right into shooting lanes. They're blocking a lot of shots. Not a lot of stuff is getting through onto Rodebush. You're not going to score if you can't get a shot through.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Illinois right now, they're being outshot 2-1. It's 14-7 in favor of Adrian College. A lot of that because of the blocking that Adrian College is doing. But right now, I mean, you heard the head coach of Illinois, Nick Fabrini. He wants his team to attack more. They have the opportunities. They're there. They're open. They just need to go out and be aggressive like they have been to get to this game.
And they start aggressively with Stephen Quinn, Luke Forfar, and Drew Richter, and they control the draw. Illinois going from right to left in this period. Adrian going from left to right. Adrian, the number 2 seed in the nation. Illinois, number 5. Quinn tied up along the far side with Greneau. And a nice outlet feed. Joey Rittendale decides to pinch. The puck is still soccered ahead there by Dominic Moore. Joe Nolan slaps one to the far side corner. Drew Richter tried to advance it, but kept in there by Glimple. Rose to Glimple. And to Rose again. Along that trapezoid here, of course, the Columbus Blue Jackets practice in the Ohio Health Ice House. But goaltenders are free to play it in any part of that goal line area. Now, the tight angle try here from Dan Stone. He will walk it. And 40 seconds into this second period, Adrian again. Continuing where they left off as Nolan blew a gasket. Now it's Quinn, back for Nolan. He's pressured by a pair of Bulldogs. Joey Rittendale out to center. Luke Forfar on the transition. It's Stephen Quinn on the left side, bottom of your screen. He shoots one in and out of the glove, maybe glanced off that leather of Rodebush, and Opelka comes back on the ice to race back.
Adrian had a lot of zone time there to start the second period, but never a single chance generated from it. It almost felt like that Illinois penalty kill where they just force everything to the outside and no chances develop.
And we get a whistle, 18:43 left in the second period. So Illinois will have to battle back from at least a 2-goal deficit, something they've done before throughout the entire regular season. Resiliency, head coach Nick Fabrini loves to talk about it a lot. This group is led not only from its seniors, but its underclassmen. And just like Adrian, where you have guys like Marcus Rose, sophomore for Adrian, as well as senior players like Archie McKinnon. You look at the other side for Illinois, James McGing led them in scoring with 33 points, but also Bobby Ernsting, Drew Richter leading them in goals. David Kellner now from McGing, left side, into the Adrian zone. He shoots one off the right pad of Rodebush. And hunting for it there is Kellner. Ernsting, toe drag, shot off the shoulder, rebound, try to score! David Kellner! Illinois has some life. 1:41 into the second period.
That's exactly what they needed to do. They came out, played extra aggressive, pulled the trigger on their shots as fast as they could. Adrian hasn't blocked that many shots in this period. Illinois has been swarming all over him, and a quick rebound opportunity on Rodebush, buried right through the 5-hole, just waited on him to start moving and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, 5-hole there was wide open. That was a good shot there by Illinois to get that one. They've been going high for most of this game. I think that might have been one of the first shots that stayed on the ice. That was the one that got the goal.
And David Kellner, who was robbed by Rodebush in that first period, like Boz mentioned, going high into the glove. He goes through the wickets of Rodebush, and we have ourselves a game now. Cutting the lead in half is Illinois. Thomas Kolaz on the far side wall, turn the puck over. Stuve one-hands the puck down to Adrian's side of territory. And Caprio with Opelka rushing. Donaldson cancels him out, but Caprio lays one on that far side. Kolaz skate the stick to the neutral zone off of Opelka's blade. But back out to center for Donaldson. Adrian could have a rush. Donaldson gains the line, clears it in, only gets to the high slot. This is Cruikshank for Opelka. And turn it over now to number 24, Justin Fisher. He ladles one along the boards, and David Heflin out to play it. 2:25 into the second period. Illinois' goal 1:41 into the second period. David Kellner's stick generated that chance as Grant Stuve. Now for John Moskowitz left side. The pass exploded off him, and it is Oshoey. Forces it up north, and this one will be icing as Opelka and Caprio reach the hash marks. A new Illinois team, I think, in terms of an attitude to start this second period. I think that when it comes to that first period's effort, they're down by 2, and they didn't even play their best hockey. Now they're starting to ramp it up.
It was just like what we talked about before we went to intermission, where it just didn't feel like they want it. They realize now they want this game. They're not going to just roll over and let these Bulldogs bully them to a national championship.
Hey, Cristiano, this kind of feels like a Minot State game a little bit, especially the second period. Right now, Illinois taking good angles to angle off these Bulldogs on the rush.
Novosel's shot was blocked up in the productive netting, and to your point there, Bob, it was correct where Illinois had that brutal second period against Jamestown, against Ohio. They really turned it around against Minot State, not allowing the Beavers, #1 ranked in the country, to get a wide open opportunity. So Baza Javari, that's why we have you downstairs with that great observation. High up off the draw, Moskluck. Now against Stone, the ball, the stick! And it's played now to the right circle. One of the best saves you'll see all tournament. Moore now to the left side. Kotek firing one. Blocked out in front. Moore fires, and that one stopped there by Caprio, playing the role of goaltender. Now the right side, McKinnon winds, fires. Down low for Moore. On the interchange now, Adrian sensing blood in the water. McKinnon from the point shot. Blocked again by Joey Caprio. And McGing spirals one out. This one will be icing as McKinnon reaches the hash marks. But David Heflin, while falling backwards, uses the paddle to waft one away.
It almost looked like something you'd see Marc-Andre Fleury do at the NHL level. Just not anything that they ever would teach you in goalie school, just flailing around and manages to get that stick up in the air and swat that puck away.
Illinois with some exhausted players here, 4:45 into the second period. David Counter, the goal scorer, flips it ahead, not out. Kept in there by Adrian. Joey Caprio against Finger. A nice reverse hit there by Caprio. It took down number 21. And now Coburn lost it to that near side. Counter for Forfar, clears it off the glove of a Bulldog for McGing, who stops up and lets his forward group change. Tipped in there by Counter. Burns thing is fresh on for Illinois, but reversed here for number 13, Stephen Shakesi. And wrap now to the middle, number 26, Joe Costello. He's stopped at the line. Nice play here from Coburn. May want to go on his backhand. Here it comes. Great moving around. Oh, he wanted to go far side as he walked Joey Rittendale, but a nice pass the other way. Thomas Kolas, here he comes. Bottom of your screen, stopping, starting. And he was broken down there by Shakesi. 14:25 left in the second. Nolan stopping and starting along that left side himself. On the backhand, out in front, it is Rittendale. He'll step in, wind one, and that is a great block from Coburn, who got the puck. But Kolas, a second effort to prevent a rush from Adrian. Back and forth we go. This is getting exciting here, folks. Tipped there by number 22, Jordan Oshoey. Cleared now by McGing to the right side. He has Kolas off circle. James McGing, he's in. He shoots just high of the glove of Raudebusch. Oshoey finesses to that far side wing. Hits a man in stride. It's Kuhn. Right circle. Winds. Fires. He scores! Austin Kuhn! 6:06 into the second period. Adrian regains that 2-goal lead.
Heflin tried to come out and take away any shooting angle for Kuhn, and Kuhn had just enough angles left to still get it to the far side, and he put it just above the pad, just below the blocker. Perfect placement on the slap shot, and he buries it past Heflin for the 2-goal lead.
Yeah, no options there. Just grip it and rip it, and hope it finds the back of the net right there. It did. That's a good decision there by Kuhn.
Austin Kuhn, 11 goals, 15 assists, 29 games played in the regular season. Did not play a game in this tournament until now, and he comes up with one of the biggest goals of his career, the freshman out of Slave Lake, Alberta. Illinois down by 2. It's a 3-1 lead for Adrian as Opilka is rushed and sends it to that near side. Opilka gains that red line, and it's cleared in. Raudebusch out to play it. And swipes onto that far side aggressively, and a great pass. 2-on-1 for Adrian. Looking for some quick strike action. It's McLean digging to the back, and he's in. Left pad save there by Heflin. And keeping Illinois' hopes alive at a national title is the goaltender who has led them all playoffs long. As we get a whistle and an offside. 6:40 into the second period.
Yeah, Heflin just let in a goal, and then that great chance immediately afterwards, but a great save from him. And if you're coming in there, if you're McLean, you got to get that puck in the air. He had that puck sliding along the ice. It's a whole lot easier for a goalie to slide across and get those pads there. If you get that in the air, it's 4-1 right now.
You mentioned it, the nice bounce back from David Heflin. He has had that mental fortitude, that term goalies, as Stephen Quinn, rather number 44, Forfar, got tossed out of the draw. Now Quinn tries to go ahead with it, but going back to Heflin, he has had one of the best resilient efforts of this regular season. 11, 8, and 2. Not the best numbers, but then you look at the playoffs, 3-0, 1.91 goals against average, but he's let up 3 here with 13 minutes left in the second period. Kendati pressured by Moore. He escapes now to the right side. Dan Stone for Moore. And Rose shimmying, can't get it free by far, but Moore comes along that near side circle. A tight angle shot, grabbed there by Heflin, and another extra whack from Glimple, and that's going to cause a fracas. 7-11 into the second.
Yeah, there's one thing that teams don't like. It's you roughing up their goaltender. You give them a spray of snow, an extra whack after the whistle. They won't take too kindly to that.
Both benches will go for a change. Illinois still trying to recover after that goal scored by Kuhn. And Illinois had the momentum. David Kellner's goal, 1:49 into the second period. Got the deficit within one. Of course, allowed that first goal in the first period, 45 seconds in. The start was there, but Illinois battling back here. But the face-off won and controlled by Adrian. Illinois may have a 3-on-2, 4-on-2 if they hurry. Grant Stuvey down the left side. He goes along the far side. Colas, toe drag, great move. And he is blocked away now to the right side, Joey Rittendale. He's rushed down low for Cruikshank. Absorbs a check now for Colas. Great pass, it's Cruikshank, he shoots. That one was blocked away to the near side. Joe Nolan on his backhand. Stuvey whacked it ahead. Joe Costello on the right circle and Kotek on the left. Costello, nice move, and he tried to tuck it in. And he holds on to it, and it's in! Unbelievable from Joe Costello. 7:41 into the second period. He had all the time in the world.
Adrian has just had too many odd man rushes this game. Illinois is getting overly aggressive. Adrian's been connecting on long stretch passes, and it's leading to chances like that. Costello had all day. He just sat and waited on the tiniest little gap and then stuffed the puck right into it. If you're Illinois, you've got to get defensive help back. You're just leaving Heflin out to dry.
Just like they talked about in the intermission, maybe a little too aggressive on the offensive end, and leave yourself susceptible to a lot of counter-attacking here. I think that's what we're seeing out of Adrian.
Donaldson to the left side, Hosking floats one in. That one's deflected. Now a shot in the low slot. It's Donaldson to recover. Illinois down by 3. Now to the right side, it is Shakesi. Number 12, Austin Kuhn. But now on the far side, David Kellner. Great pack checking there, but a bit of a hold, a bit of an arm tackle. Nonetheless, no call. It's Caprio floating one out. And McGing brushed it off his skate into the zone. Shakesi pressured by Ernsting. He took a tumble now to the far side, Donaldson. Sent on ahead, Caprio playing with Mark Kendati now. As Illinois may have changed up their deep pairs. Donaldson left circle, he fires, and a blocker save there by Heflin, and a big opportunity there. But Kellner late on his shift now for James McGing. Nice toe drag move to spring free. He'll go around that far side, spinning one out in front. Nobody was there for Illinois. And on the counter, it's Cooper McLean. Graham is back. McLean, toe drag, shoots, and a save there by Heflin. 8:45 into the second period. 4-1 Adrian. They're trying to blow this game and break it wide open, and they've done a good job of it, up 4-1.
Yeah, Quinn, how many times have we seen the tournament where Adrian just gets that one goal and then kind of keep things close, and midway through the second, they just break away from everyone?
It's kind of been their MO through this entire tournament. They just start to get rolling, and it's like an avalanche. Once that ball starts rolling, it just builds and builds and builds, and they pull away.
Face off to the right of Heflin. Novosel against number 23. That was Trader, thrown in there from the left point. Missed everybody. Now it's Nolan. Took a hit. Now it's Andrew Wicklund, a senior out of Chicago. Dodges a hit from number 7 McLean, and it's back for Nolan. And Rittendale. Spinning pass now for John Moskalik. Illinois exits to the neutral zone. Flip back in, gloved by Heflin, and snared. Drop to the ice for Nolan. Wicklund has some speed. It's his first shift of the hockey game. He clears it in. That's gloved down by Stone. Not the entry that Illinois needs. But now it's Rose battling back, though, on the far side wing, rather near side wing. He's pressured by Novosel. Dominic Moore wrapped up there by Rittendale on that near side. And coming free with it is Novosel. 2-on-2 for Illinois. Nolan on the rush, too. And Novosel will dump one in. The defenseman Nolan on the counter as well. The forward, big hit there by Novosel, cleaning out Greneau in a legal fashion. But rushing the other way come the Bulldogs. One hand on a 6, spinning one out in front was number 14, Glimple. McQuinn did a nice job of closing him off. To the right side it goes. Greneau, left side, McKinnon winds. He fires, and that one was blocked down in front. Before reaching Heflin, we've reached the 10-minute part of this second period. McKinnon, tight angle, he shoots. Gloved there by Heflin. 9:59 left in the second period, but an onslaught coming from Adrian. Illinois doing their best to weather the storm. They're down 3 goals, and still so much time left in this hockey game. We're going to go to immediate timeout. Adrian up 4-1 over Illinois. This has been the ACHA 2018 National Championships. We'll be right back.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Barron's Championship Rings, the official ring vendor for all ACHA National Champions and Hall of Famers, and by Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
And we're back, 4-1. Right on your screen there, the scoreboard. 9:59 left in the second period. I'm Cristiano Sameta, joined alongside by Quinn Kuski. Azza Chavari down at ice level. Illinois down by 3. 3-goal lead, the worst lead in hockey. David Heflin hadn't allowed 4 goals in the entire tournament. Does so now, but he does not seem to be breaking, but bending here against this Adrian attack.
It's not too late if you're Illinois. You can still get these 3 goals. You've got plenty of time. We're at the halfway point of the entire game right now. You've got plenty of time. If you're Illinois, they have struck every single goal that Adrian has scored has been on a rush or a turnover.
Yeah, I think it's interesting right now. Ernstine trying to fire up the troops, but during that whole timeout, looking at both benches, looking at the energy on both benches, it's all in Adrian College's bench right now. Illinois was all sat down, blank expressions on their face, and it was Adrian College who was fired up and want to close this game out right now.
Coburn with a quick shot on the doorstep. David Heflin shuts the door. Now it's Quinn on that far side corner. He's checked. Brought back now by McKinnon. To the neutral zone, they clear it down. Joe Nolan has it on his stick. Now for Joey Rittendale. 3-4 checkers for Adrian. It's lofted high into the air and comes down for Kotek. The far side. Forfar down low for Quinn. Great pass. Luke Forfar right in the slot. He winds. He fires and just missed wide of the blocker of Rodebush. Doesn't get to see a lot of action in the second period. Nolan from the slot, a shot, wanded in the air there by Rodebush, and Stephen Quinn was taken down in the low slot, kept in there by Rittendale. Drew Richter, overskated, now for Kotek along the near side corner in the Adrian zone. Nolan, out to pinch, he lost it. Maybe a 2-on-1 here for Adrian if they hurry, but they go offsides as Quinn and Coburn come together, 4-1, 9:08 left in the second period. Costello and Quinn exchanging some words, and it's highly competitive in this national championship game, Quinn Kuski, and why wouldn't it be? So high stakes on the line. But right now, it's Adrian who is pushing the pace against Illinois in this second period.
Yeah, and you can see Illinois starting to get aggravated. You could see it from Stephen Quinn there after the whistle, just a bit of shoving here and there. They're just starting to get annoyed that they're not producing the way they feel they should be, and Adrian's going to take advantage of that if they keep letting it get to him.
It might start at the dot, as this is a play here. James McGing lost it through his skates. Kuhn turned it over, kept in there by McGing. Ernstine had his stick slashed out of his hands. He begs the official for a penalty, and he won't be able to get that, as Ernstine was the one who was interfered with on the first goal scored by Adrian. It led to a 2-on-0 chance, of course. And it is Heflin out to play it, 8:44 left in the second period. Illinois has had 2 power plays in this game, Adrian with 1. Neither team has struck with the man advantage. Candotti up for McGing. He missed it, and this will be negated as icing as David Counter won the race against number 22, Jordan Oshoe. Lofted high in the air, it's Donaldson against a back-checking McGing. Here is Kuhn. Toe drag has a late man coming. Great pass on the tape, and they score! 5-1! It's Justin Fisher! 11:39 into the second.
It's another goal on the rush. They score on the rush almost every. That's how they're getting all of their goals. When they have sustained zone time, Illinois did a good job of keeping them on the outside, but on the rush, Illinois panics and they try to cut off any passing lanes, and they're just not successful in that. They're coming in on the rush, dishing it right into the slot, and right there, I mean, from down low right up into the slot for an easy one-timer, and he shelves it, and just like that, it's 5-1 Adrian.
I thought that was a great read by Adrian. Fisher just comes in unmarked. Defensively, Illinois had no idea where he was, and that's exactly where you want to go as an offensive player. That's a great read by Fisher and by Adrian College to get that pass to him.
Adrian up by 4 goals with 8 minutes left in the second period. Still so much time for Illinois to react, but it's going to have to come quickly and often against Austin Rodebush, as 5 goals against him seems unheard of. Now to the far side. Here comes 23 Trader, who scored the second goal for the Bulldogs. It is Opilka on that far side. Squirts free now for number 26, Thomas Kolaz. And for Eric Cruikshank, floats one in on the far side. Stuve gets it free, pestered a bit. A penalty coming up on Adrian, so this could be the momentum Illinois needs as a interference call. Cruikshank was taken down. 7:36 left in the second period. And now if you're Illinois, you get this goal on the power play, and this can change everything.
You get a goal in the power play here. You know how Adrian's scoring on you. You just got to adjust to it. If they can at this point, you really can't afford to be scored on again. If you let in a sixth, I don't see him coming back in this one. 5-1, you get a goal here. Now you're only down 3. You got the whole third period to work with. Don't count Illinois out quite yet.
Richter on the draw against number 24, Justin Fisher. It's a tie-up. Skate to stick. Fisher was pestered a bit. Now a chance here. Counter on the counter. Now the right side, Tyler Opilka. Stephen Quinn on the power play along the right circle. It is Rittendale left circle. Illinois staying to the outside so far. Rittendale now for Richter, and the captain again. As Opilka along the half wall. Instead defers for Richter. Down low for counter. And that pass exploded through some bodies in Illinois, attempting to shrink the ice against Adrian, but they're getting sticks in lanes, bodies in lanes. Puck comes down the ice.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking very similar to the first power play. Adrian just sitting in the shooting lanes, and Illinois just seems confused. They don't know what to do with it.
Rittendale dropped it for Opilka. Nice pass on the tape of Forfar. His chance was poked away momentarily. Now Dan Stone attempts to clear. He stops and starts on Ernsting. Wraps it along the far corner boards for Tarkangeli. Does his job, a fresh set of legs. And Gary Asalos, the head coach of the Bulldogs, making an interesting move to put for Tarkangeli out, who hasn't seen a lot of ice time, but he obviously is the most healthy player right now in terms of the conditioning on the Bulldogs. It's cleared out now out to center. Illinois discombobulated here. And Joe Nolan reverses in his own zone. 39 seconds left on the power play. Illinois has no shots. Forfar now for James McGing.
They're struggling to even get a sustained attack right now.
Here it is, though. It's James McGing, backhanded. That pass is too weak. Could be a 2-on-1, 3-on-2. Austin Kuhn, left side, cutting in the middle now. There's number 22, Oshoe. Digging to the inside. It's poked away and a shot. Great right shoulder save there by Heflin, keeping Illinois in it for now. It is Ernsting with 15 seconds left in the power play. Ernsting was stripped there. To the left side it goes for number 24. That's Fisher. A shot and a right pad save there by Heflin, and it's Nolan. Caprio couldn't get to it, and Adrian has killed off the 5-on-4. It did not look like a 5-on-4 for Illinois.
No, Adrian generated more shots than Illinois did, and Adrian had less players, and that's definitely not a good sign if you're trying to get back in this game if you're Illinois.
Neil Novosel to the near side against Marcus Rose. John Moskaluk jumping the route, playing it ahead. 2-on-2 for Illinois. Evan Sabo on the left circle. And he was stripped there by McKinnon. Sabo moving north now for Illinois with Novosel in front. Sabo spinning, shooting, on for Moskaluk, and a great save there by Rodebush, but that was the chance that the Illini needed. Austin Rodebush says no. 5:04 left in the second.
Yeah, that even though it wasn't a goal, that is a confidence booster if you're Illinois. You feel now that you can generate chances against this swarming Adrian defense, and that's exactly what they need right now.
Evan Sabo's drive came to that low slot, and John Moskaluk right at the right circle's hash marks wanted to go blocker side on Rodebush. But when you're that big as a goaltender, you could challenge the shooter, go out on that crease, and take away all angles, and Rodebush is exhibit A of that notion.
Yeah, Kolas and McKinnon are having some words right now. A little false start there. They gave each other a shove after the false start. And there we go, a couple slashes right off the faceoff.
Animosity growing. Adrian and Illinois in the 2018 ACHA National Championships. Up by 4 goals are the Bulldogs, wanting to add to it. It is Costello on the far side. That pass was too behind Coburn, and Cruikshank takes his man down. It is Opilka. But Adrian swarming the Illini defense when they try and exit their own zone. And that is against Illinois' manner of attack, where they try and have a lone defenseman skate away. But when you have 3 guys from Adrian, it's either you got to go up high with it, like Adrian has done to Illinois to spring rushes. And now out in front, Richter with a chance, and a left pad save there, but the whistle is blown as Quinn is tossed to the ice by McKinnon. 4:27 left in the second period.
Yeah, and if you remember, McKinnon and Quinn got into it in the first period as well, so you almost got to wonder if that's bad blood brewing again.
And I believe a penalty has been called on McKinnon with 4:27 left in the second period, so the Illini may be heading to another power play. And yes, he's the only member going from the ice. Quinn skates away.
Well, Quinn didn't even do anything. I mean, he might have said a few words, but
Exactly.
All the ref saw, the ref turn around and he sees Quinn getting dumped to the ice by McKinnon. That's an easy call.
Stephen Quinn, a known agitator, draws that one.
Cruikshank in the box with me as well, too. So looks like we got 2 men in the box. But, I mean, just looking at, too, especially looking at Adrian College right now, they already lost Kyle Perkowski on really one of the dirtiest plays we've probably seen all year and just an unneeded take.
And Archie McKinnon, should not have taken that penalty, as it's an avoidable play for the captain of the Bulldogs. But Stephen Quinn, like I mentioned before, Boz interjected there, he's an agitator. He likes to get under your skin, and he did his job there. But Cruikshank in the box as well. We'll see the personnel numbers out right now, as the original call seemed to be on McKinnon.
Yeah, I mean, you can see there, Quinn doesn't do anything. I mean, he's sitting there holding the puck on his stick. I'm guessing he had to chirp McKinnon in some way because they'd been at it earlier.
Face off to the left side. Joe Nolan was deflected off the puck. 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. We'll watch Adrian and Illinois speed at the forefront. It is Luke Forfar on the backhand, sending it in for Bobby Ernsting. He's pressured with Forfar. Brought out by the sophomore from Darien, Illinois. Now it's Rittendale going cross corner. The Illini down 4 goals against the Bulldogs, who are 24 minutes away from a national championship. If this score holds, now Marcus Rose on the right circle. He's got some time. Nolan surveying him. Back to the right point, Kotek. To the left side, Hosking. Kotek straight away, now the right side. Rose, great pass. Kotek drives and fires, but that one was deflected in the low slot by number 14, Rainer Dimple. Great pass to the left side. It was intercepted, or rather it went too far, and a race here against Bobby Ernsting. The stick was tied up beautifully within the rule book. Josh Hosking, and Illinois has to reset, as well as Adrian. Here comes Kotek. Chipping there, puck around Rittendale. But now the captain ties up number 28 in yellow and black. 50 seconds left in the 4-on-4. 3:17 left in the second period. Thomas Colas. A risky play there, one-on-one. James McGing, he has to wait for his respective troops to join him here in this attack. Joe Nolan is absolutely gassed. He'll receive it at the bottom of your screen, tipped ahead now. Opilka changes for Nolan, now on the near side. Illinois, they want to spark a rush chance. This is Costello to the far side. Kotek. As a penalty coming up on Thomas Colas, I believe for slashing, possibly roughing. 2:48 left in the second period. Now we may see, and it is slashing the call, we may see the undisciplined play from Illinois come to the forefront, stirring from frustration.
Yeah, they're just aggravated that they're down 4 goals in the national tournament. They're getting aggravated at this point. We've seen it brew up a couple times with scrums before and after whistles, and now we're seeing it during play. And I'll tell you right now, if you're Nick Fabrini, this is the absolute last thing you want to see right now.
2:48 left in the second period. Illinois defending against a 4-on-3 power play. We'll get to 5-on-4 in 13 seconds, barring any other infractions. It is Jordan Ashoe skating through his own circles, over the neutral zone, now for Chris Donaldson. Donaldson gains a line, holds onto it, now the right point, Ashoe. For Hosking, back to 5-on-4, Cruikshank. Came out onto the ice as that pass nearly right onto a tap-in effort from Chris Donaldson. Caprio slaps his stick against him, but he keeps the puck on that near side circle. To the right point it goes for Moore. Ashoe to the far side, Hosking. Stepping in, bad angle, looking for a backdoor play. It was wide open again, Quinn, but just off the mark.
That's the second time they've tried it, and the second time it's been there, and the pass is just a bit off.
Ashoe along the right circle. Great back skating to keep the puck in. Absorb some wax from Cruikshank. He'll hold on to it. 59 seconds left in the power play for Adrian. Back for Hosking. Slap shot faked. Moore, right circle. His pass was intercepted. Stephen Quinn chipping it around a man, and that's a tripping penalty coming up on Hosking, and he had to take that one, but Stephen Quinn once again will draw another Bulldog coming to the penalty box. Illinois, it will be 4-on-4, but then they will receive a power play once that expires.
Yeah, that's a little interesting. Hosking would have had that would have been a wide open lane there to maybe an opportunity for a breakaway goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was about to say. A possible breakaway for Stephen Quinn there. And that trip, while you take a 2-minute minor penalty, I'd much rather take a penalty there than, especially as ineffective as Illinois' power play has been, than give up a breakaway.
Kotek behind the goal for Greneau. 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds. We're down to 80 seconds in the second period. Illinois down 5-1 against the Adrian Bulldogs. 5-seed Illinois versus 2-seed Adrian. David Kellner spinning off a check. 2-on-1 for Illinois, possibly. Kellner comes free, shooting. Great save there by Rodebush as Kellner was dragged down to the ice. 1:16 left in the second set of 20 minutes.
I think you think about it, Rodebush, and why he's such a good goaltender right now. He just takes away angles, and that's what he's doing. He's taking a lot of angles away from these Illinois players.
Yeah, I mean, when you take up as much of the net as Rodebush does, it's a whole lot easier to take away angles. He just comes out, and then it just looks like he's on top of you. There's nowhere to go with the puck.
Counter against McLean. Won by number 7 in yellow and black. Archie McKinnon, great speed, almost turned the puck over to Richter. Instead it's McLean. On that far side red line. Stopping and starting, shifting and moving. Now to the left side. He goes for McKinnon. 12 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Illinois will have a power play for 1 minute and 13 seconds. We're down to 55 seconds left in the second period. McKinnon rushed by Kellner, takes a hit from him. But now it is Joe Nolan escaping. 5-on-4 here for Illinois. Out of the box comes Crookshank. He may have a chance along the right circle. Crookshank trying to drive. He's taken down as he lost an edge along the end boards. Illinois may have wanted a power play out of that one too. But 60 seconds left in their 5-on-4. Half a minute left in this second period.
That was a great idea by Illinois. Had a man coming fresh out the box, immediately split the two defensemen with him. A perfect feed, tape to tape, all the way down the ice. Just about led to a great opportunity.
Luke Forfar hit in stride, stopping, starting, has McGing up top. He toe drags, driving to the front. 3 Bulldogs around him. It's Rittendale, quick passing now for Forfar. 10 seconds left in the second period. Rittendale for Forfar, one-timer. He fanned on it, backhand from Opilka. Stop, rebound try here for Opilka. He shot it just wide, 3 seconds, 2-1, and that will do it for the second period of action. Adrian up 5-1. And they came into this period up a couple goals, and they leave up 3.
Yeah, great period for Adrian. They let in the early goal, and then they fell right back into their game. And the second that they did that, they started swarming pucks, getting shots on net. They beat Heflin with a lot of rush opportunities. And if you're Illinois, it's going to be hard to score 4 goals in this third period, but don't count them out. They've been resilient through the whole tournament. If anyone could come back from this game, Illinois would be the team I'd count on to do it.
There's a reason why they've made it this far. They defeated Jamestown, Ohio, as well as number 1 Minot State. They've taken out 2 of the top 5 seeds in this tournament, but Adrian has them on the ropes right now, up by 4 goals after 40 minutes. So if there's going to be someone for Illinois to spark their comeback in that third period, who will it be?
Everything from Illinois has sparked from one man all tournament, and that's Heflin. Heflin has been solid through the whole tournament. He's let in 5 already in this game, but he's a solid goaltender. Goalies know forget quickly, and he's going to come into this third and have a solid period and spark this comeback.
Baz Echevarri is down at ice level.
Coach, great second period from the team. You really busted the door wide open. I mean, the one problem there, probably a lot of penalties in that second period, things you got to clean up.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to stay out of the box for sure. But overall, I mean, boys are playing really hard. Can't complain right now.
What do you tell your team? You're 20 minutes away from a national championship. What's the message there to kind of keep them focused for that last 20 minutes?
I think I said it to you yesterday. We've been saying it since the beginning of the year. Let's just be us. We be us for the next 20 minutes. I mean, hopefully we're coming out on the right end here.
All right, best of luck in the last 20, Coach.
Thank you.
Illinois down 4 goals after 40 minutes. Adrian 20 minutes away from their first national title in program history. We'll be right back. You are watching the 2018 ACHA National Championships.
Do you think she'll get along with her roommate?
They talked all summer. They'll be fine.
Her classes will be tough. What if she studies too much?
Like we did, you mean?
You think she'll be lonely? She's smart. I know she'll do well, but...
It's not like we're leaving her alone. It's Illinois. She's got family.
It's the feeling you get when it all rushes back. The lights, the sounds, the thrill. This memory has been earned and preserved for a lifetime. Every ring has its story. What will yours say?
And we are back inside the Ohio Health Ice House here as we've reached the second intermission, and the Adrian College Bulldogs have a 5-1 lead on the Fighting Illini. Thomas Biondo back with Jay Sewell here, and Jay, 5-1 our score. The period started out well enough for Illinois. They got a goal early on within the first 2 minutes, but then Adrian just hit another level.
Yeah, there was a switch that went off on Adrian, and they started to pick up their speed. And they're a very fast team. Again, they continue to get behind in the neutral zone. As soon as they get the puck, they come flying up the ice, and the defense just can't back up fast enough right now.
Yeah, and you know you're living right when you lose a player's eligibility for today's game. The guy you replace him with, Austin Kuhn, comes in, has a goal and an assist in his first game in the tournament.
That just shows the depth of this team and what they've got. Again, we've talked about Adrian being almost a complete hockey school with a D3 team. In NCAA, D1, D2, D3 in ACHA, and 2 women's teams, women 1, women 2 in ACHA. It's just an incredible hockey school.
Absolutely, and really talk about incredible. Austin Rodovich, who only gave up 20 goals during the entire regular season, has to make sure he doesn't give up 4 in this third period for the Bulldogs, and they're going to skate away as national champs.
National champs at 26-0, he'd have a perfect season. Every time he was in net, he won the game, and that's probably what Illinois has to do, like we talked about in the first intermission, get him moving side to side. But last night I talked to one of the parents from Illinois, and he said that was against Minot. That was the fastest game that team had played all season, and maybe that has something to do with it because they're chasing the game right now. Last night they didn't chase the game. They angled the players off of Minot, and here they're just not getting that angle, and they're having to follow the game.
Yeah, and to go along with the earlier thought of balance, as we talked about with Austin Kuhn, 5 goal scorers, 5 different goal scorers for the Adrian College Bulldogs. Costello got his third of the tournament. The other 4 goal scorers was their first of the tournament so far.
Yeah, that's just fabulous for everybody. It's in the national championship game also. It's like those goals always seem a little special, and if I was a team, I'd be taking tape and I'd wrap it around those pucks and making sure that went into their trophy case.
Yeah, absolutely. And meanwhile, shots on goal for through the first 2 periods, 32-17 in favor of Adrian. Sometimes shots can be misleading by way of scoring chances, but pretty much indicative with the way the first 2 periods have been played.
Yeah, but again, in this tournament, anything can happen. This is college hockey. The coach gets them up, just look, they've got 20 minutes left to get into this game, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. So with that, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights from period number 2. You're watching the ACHA Network and the coverage of the men's D1 national title.
Hey, I'm Dave from Howie's, and I'm here to tell you what makes Howie's cloth tape the best tape on the market. It starts with strength. Our tape is made with a poly cotton blend, and it has the highest thread count of any tape on the market. It's going to last longer. Next is adhesive. We use an aggressive adhesive that will guarantee this tape will stay on your stick. That's what it's supposed to do, right? I promise you'll love this tape.
Welcome back inside the Ohio Health Ice House here as we have reached the second intermission as the Adrian College Bulldogs lead 5-1 over the Fighting Illini. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the second period, I beg your pardon. And it started off well enough for Illinois, as we mentioned, as Kellner would score first.
Yes, nice, right through the 5-hole. We'll get a couple looks at this, and you can see they finally got behind the defense here. 1-2, sneak in, there it is.
Yeah, it was the rebound goal, kind of got them moving a little bit, and that's where they were able to finish it there. But the second goal by Kuhn, a rocket shot.
Yeah, that one was, I'm just sure that he didn't know if he was going to shoot or not. He got the angle on him. He was challenging him way out. Just came off his stick so fast.
Yeah, and Heflin at the top of his crease, just a bullet shot to beat him. And then the next goal up would be Costello on there's one more look at the goal as he came right into your living room on that one. And then the next goal by Costello, just a nice tuck play around the net.
Oh, those are tough when you've actually got the post guarded and it just still sneaks in underneath you. Look at it, right underneath the stick. That's right under the skate. That's really tough, but good for Costello.
Yeah.
Another look at that.
I think his last little poke when he reached down and behind got it into the net, and that made it 4-1 at the time. Adrian would tack on one more. This would be a
Fisher.
Nice, one-timer here.
Watch Fisher get into the soft areas. Beautiful goal. I mean, did you see him? He just came right out of the corner, found that soft spot right in the slot, right up the kitchen, right down Main Street.
Yeah, he came in and a quick snap of the wrist shot there to make it 5-1. Folks, that's going to do it for the intermission update. We're going to come back, and Cristiano and Quinn will have third period action. You're watching the ACHA Network on YouTube.
She's got to shoot it. And she hits it.
Are you ready, Columbus? Then join us for the debut of the NCAA Women's Final Four at Nationwide Arena. Get ready to see it all, do it all, and go for it all. March 29th through April 1st. The party never stops, and the fun never ends. Join us all weekend long. Visit ncaa.com/Women's Final Four today.
It's the feeling you get when it all rushes back. The lights, the sounds, the thrill. This memory has been earned and preserved for a lifetime. Every ring has its story. What will yours say?
And we're back. Christian Sinetta, Quinn Kuski alongside Baza Tabari down at ice level. One more period of regulation in the ACHA Division I National Championships. Illinois down 5-1 against the Adrian College Bulldogs. And something I noticed right off that beginning, Quinn, is that the Illini were out from that intermission with about 2.5 minutes before this opening puck drop. And that has to play into the attitude of Illinois right now. They're down by 4 goals, but until that clock reaches quadruple zeros, there's still going to be some fight coming from them.
Yeah, they're not going to quit, and that's exactly what you expect from a team that's a national finalist. And they're not giving up. They got 24 seconds here on the power play. They're going to look to generate something early in this period.
Cleared away by Adrian. Goes far down, and now it's Nolan. So Nolan, the freshman blue liner out of Arlington Heights, Illinois. Nice pass on the tape of Thomas Kolas. He'll streak in. Toe drag effort. Now it's Nolan. He fan on the drive. Goes between his legs. And he deals one out to center. And that will extinguish the end of the Illini minor power play. 25 seconds into the third period. Illinois down by 4. Rittendale now for Stuve. Coming with it now is Rose to Greneau. In the neutral zone, that was blocked away. Ernsting on the forecheck against the Adrian defense. Spilled out into the high slot for a pass by Dominic Moore. Nolan again in some trouble. Moore stole it. It is Rose. Drop pass beautifully. Backdoor play and a score! 50 seconds into the third period. That is one of the prettiest plays you'll see all tournament.
And it comes just like how they've scored almost every goal on a rush/defensive zone turnover. They forced a turnover, and then a beautiful tic-tac-toe passing play, and then just tucks it on the backdoor pass to Heflin.
6-1 Adrian, 50 seconds into the third period. 2 goals for the Bulldogs in the first minute of the first period as well as the third period. And Marcus Rose, his third goal of the tournament. Back and forth they go, and Heflin was hung out to dry.
Yeah, just a nightmare start right here for this third period if you're Illinois.
Yeah, it goes back to what Adrian said. They just want to keep playing their game, and that's exactly what it was off the rush. And, I mean, Adrian's kind of doing their thing right now.
Richter hits a man. It's on the stick of Luke Forfar, now for Tyler Opilka. Coburn shadowing him on the aggressive forecheck. They're still not taking their foot off the gas pedal. Caprio, his pass was kept in at the right side. And dumped back in by the Bulldogs. It is Opilka. Had it turned away now for Joe Costello. To Coburn, he shoots through traffic. Heflin never saw it, didn't have to react as that one missed. And John Moskov taking over his own blue line, red line, opposite blue line, far side. And it's gloved there by Rodebush. 1:37 into the third period.
Yeah, I mean, Illinois, they're not quitting, but they're definitely, they're falling out of this game. You're down 5 now. You only have 18 minutes and 23 seconds. Offense has to be coming in bunches and fast.
Yeah, a lot of empty looks on this bench right now.
Still 18-15 left in the third. Fourth line out for Illinois, trying to generate some energy. Off the skate of Mark Condotti now for Moskluk and Rittendale. To the far side, Mark Condotti, and Rittendale in between his own circles. He goes up the middle. That was blocked down, maybe a 2-on-2 rush. Oshoi has it. Toe drags, flips around Condotti. A hand pass, but it's ruled to keep going as Adrian had touched that puck right after. Chris Donaldson behind the goal. Checked by Condotti. Evan Sabo skating along the far side half wall. Top of your screen, number 28 goes 1-on-5 as his team goes for a change. He's canceled out there by number 15, Josh Hosking. And Oshoi, the freshman defenseman out of Woodbridge, Ontario, almost lost it. As Kellner is going to receive a cross-checking penalty. Rodebush goes off. To the far side it goes. 6-on-5 for now, but touched there by Ernsting. Kellner with some more words for Oshoi. And he have to be separated by the officials. 2 minutes and 32 seconds into the third period.
At this point, the officials are just worried about this game getting out of hand. Illinois is just getting aggravated and angry. And at this point, if you're Adrian, they're just ready to just start hoisting a trophy, it feels like. And the refs are just worried that this game could get out of control. You get a nasty slash, something like that, and they're going to start assigning penalties here and just try to keep things under wraps.
Costello against Ernsting. It's Caprio behind the goal, James McGing. With Ernsting cutting through the middle, he goes up with it. It's Bobby, 1-on-2. Toe dragged effort to his backhand, but canceled out there by Greneau. Behind it goes for Costello. To the near side, Marcus Rose, who finished off that beautiful passing play from the Bulldogs to make it 6-1, 50 seconds in the third period. He's got it again, Rose, with Costello cutting in the front of the net. To the left side it goes Coburn. Brad Coburn To the point for Kotek. And Coburn again, cross corner. It's right on the money to the right circle. A shot and a left pad saved there by Heflin, with Greneau in titling for his first goal of the tournament. Costello on the far side wall. And a joust there between Opilka and Rose. Adrian comes up with it. 48 seconds into the power play. And here is James McGing. The rest of his teammates will get a change. So he will cause some fracas and has some havoc as well. He spins, he stops, he starts, hits Stephen Quinn, but just out of his reach. And his pass wasn't strong enough to get back to the Illini defense. This is Kotek. Quinn, great forechecking here, the lone forechecker, bothering Adrian's defense. That was, of course, Costello, but clearing one back will be Kotek. And now for number 14, Glimple. Adrian moves to their second power play unit. Glimple, top of your screen over the red line, blue line, right wing side, wraps one in. It's Donaldson against Opilka. To the near side, near stoppage along the wall, but cleared away by Illinois. Out to center, Stephen Quinn still humming as Thomas Kolas along the left circle. It's Quinn. He will dive up to that high slot. Marcandati fakes to the inside, clearing one in. Almost blocked away easily by Glimple. And Kolas battling one back, and a huge hit there on Glimple to take him down. 10 seconds left in Adrian's power play. So for Illinois, that's some momentum there, killing off Adrian's ferocious power play and not allowing too many opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that Illinois has been good at through this whole tournament. Is if there's definitely a bright spot for them in this game, it's their penalty kill. They've done a great job with it through this whole tournament, and this game is no exception.
Eric Cruikshank skates over center ice, hits Joey Rittendale. He goes cross corner. Hosking against Cruikshank. Two number 15s battle there. To the far side it goes, but Adrian's so quick on that transition as David Kellner hounding against Chris Donaldson. He gains the line and dumps it down. Opilka pressured now by number 21, Mike Finger, who opened the scoring in the first minute of the first period. Down low, it's Justin Fisher. Plastered up against the plexiglass by Opilka. On the far side corner. Escaping with it are the Bulldogs. 1-on-2 they were momentarily, but Fisher doubles back along that right side. Cruikshank gives him a jolt, and Stuve just barely gets the puck out to center ice, where it's McKinnon on the counter, and a quick counter, almost right on the tape, catching Illinois on a change. Heflin out to play it. He will hold on for now, has Moskowitz on that far side wing. It hopped over Opilka's stick and behind the goal for Jack Graham. John Moskowitz with it now. Adrian clogging up any opportunities Illinois has at exiting their own zone, and when they do get it out, as you see right there, they're quick to fire it back on goal. A stick save by Heflin up into the protected netting. 5 minutes and 46 seconds into the third period.
Yeah, Quinn, I mean, it looks like Illinois is just being outskated and just a step behind Adrian. I mean, how much of Illinois playing 4 games in 4 days do you think this is?
That's actually something that we discussed during break, is that Illinois might just be exhausted coming into this game. Adrian's at least had some breaks here and there, and Illinois has not, and you're starting to see it now.
Neil Novosel against number 25, Dan Stone. He rushes out of his own zone, tosses it ahead for Tarkangeli. Dumps it cross corner. Cooper McLean, a tight angle shot off the outside of the cage, kept in there by number 23, Michael Trader, who has a goal in tonight's game. Now down low for McLean. McLean sent one out to the middle. That one is cleared away by number 28, Sabo, and rattling into the glove of Heflin was a clear from neutral ice. Joey Rittendale begging McLean to take him on. He goes and wraps one back for Joey Caprio. Two seniors reunited here. And this defensive pair, head coach Nick Cabrini wanting a spark. And David Kellner was the lone Illini goal. Comes in, drops it for James McGing, left circle on the back end. Here it comes, and he skied that one. As that reached the end boards, Rodebush didn't have to make a save. Ernsting missed that puck as it was gloved down by Kellner. Right back come the Bulldogs. Greneau with some great speed over the line. He will send one in for Marcandati. Bulldogs on a quick change. 6:52 into the third period. Illinois down 5.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian, they seem pretty comfortable where they're at right now. I mean, up 5, they're content to just go ahead and continue to walk past center ice, dump this thing down, and just skate around and kill clock. I mean, you only got 13 more minutes to kill. You've got a 5-goal lead. Odds are they feel as though they've got this one in the bag, so they're pretty comfortable where they're at right now. They're just going to cycle the puck around and hold this lead.
And I think it's too big of a deficit for Illinois to even generate a pushback, as here is Stephen Quinn, one of the hardest working players in the Illini roster, chipped one wide. Here's Condati behind the goal for Quinn, because the effort level from Illinois has been there this entire tournament. But the execution tonight has not been crisp, and Adrian has been, like you mentioned, possibly 1 or 2 steps ahead.
Right. I mean, it comes down to Illinois. They've just looked tired. They've looked a step behind. And I mean, not only have they had 4 games in 4 days, every game that they've played has been a very close game. They haven't had a blowout win like Adrian. Every game that Adrian has played, they have waltzed away with an easy victory. And so later in the third period, what Adrian has been able to do is maybe play some third, fourth line guys that don't get as many minutes, and their first, second line guys are going to stay fresh. With Illinois, when you're pushing and fighting back at the end of every single game, your first and second line guys are getting more and more minutes as you try to fight back, and those players are going to get more exhausted.
I mean, not even just the physical exhaustion of doing that, but also, I mean, there's a mental exhaustion having to battle back and play close games 4 nights in a row. I think maybe we're seeing a little bit of this on Illinois right now.
Caprio takes a man down along that far side in the Illini zone. Cruikshank for Stuve, and back for Cruikshank again. He absorbs a check but keeps going. Kolas tied up his man. The puck stayed in the neutral zone 2. Dan Stone. There Cruikshank, a hand pass here, and Kolas will reach it. So we'll get a stoppage. 7:55 in the third period, and going back to the terms exhaustion, Illinois, you mentioned close games, and they've also been very physical ones. Like it seems like Jamestown, who likes to throw the body. Ohio, that they're well advertised with Grant Hazel, Jacob Houston, Fiel on the back end too, and Minot State, who has several guys over 6'2", 200 pounds.
Yeah, and especially the game against Minot State, there were almost no stoppages that entire game. It was full sprint, full go the entire game, and that was just last night. I mean, that was less than 24 hours ago they were playing that game.
Moscow clears one in, a glove save by Rodebush, and we may have been spending this entire period talking about Illinois and how they've been unsuccessful at breaking through Adrian's defense. But that also has to be a testament to how good Adrian has been in this tournament. They've been outstanding in the regular season, and they're well deserving of this 6-1 lead in the national championship game.
Yeah, absolutely. Rodebush has obviously been their backstop and their focal point, though. I mean, just going to the tournament, he's about 95% on saves, and that's a testament of how good of a goaltender he is. But also, you talk about the shots that Adrian College blocks. I mean, they've done a great job defensively, and especially we see it in this game, all the counter rushes that they've generated out of the defensive zone.
Donaldson to the far side. It's number 12, Austin Kuhn. His goal will be viewed as the momentum shifter in that second period. Illinois got within 1 in the second period, but as soon as Kuhn had blown that shot past the blocker of Heflin, it seemed to turn the motors in the favor for the number 2 seed Adrian Bulldogs. 11-13 left in the third period. Hosking waits for Ernsting along the goal line. He will send an open pass to that near side. Graham wants to try and pinch. His stick was tied up. Kept it by Illinois. Ernsting toe drag play. He moves in. He shot one. That was blocked. Counter goes skate to stick. Shooting one wide of the glove, as well as the blocker of Rodebush. Kept in there by the Illini. It is McGing. Jack Graham didn't know whether he wanted to pinch or not, as McGing with some miscommunication with his junior defenseman Graham. 10:45 left in the third.
I mean, at this stage of the game, you got to pinch in. You're losing nothing if they get an odd man rush and make it 7-1. You've got to pinch in. You've got to try to generate a bit of offense.
Rodebush shot one to that near side. Goes all the way down. Graham in a race for it against number 23, Trader. He negated the ice. A nice hit by Graham. Here come the Bulldogs again. It's McLean behind the goal, wrapping one out in front, and that one is over the cage on top of it. Pushed off by Heflin. Play still goes in for Tarkangeli. Over the stick of Ernsting. Now it is McLean. In Gretzky's office, he waits, he holds, has that wrap, trying to left pad save there by Heflin, and stuffing one again. It is now Hoskins through traffic. That was blocked away. David Counter rushes to that blue line, clears the puck ahead, but knocked down by Trader, and that has been the greatness of Adrian's defense on display.
Yeah, I mean, they're swarm. I mean, the best verb to use is swarming. They're all over the puck. They're all over anybody on the puck, and they just don't allow players to get out of their end.
Rose drops it now for more. Intercepted by Illinois. Forfar couldn't get it out. Was kept in here by Glimple. And James McGing rushes away for the Illini. On that left circle. Shoots one through traffic. Ernsting and Forfar tying up their men. On the far side, McKinnon sees that outlet play along the near side and gets it done. 9:22 left in the third period. Illinois against Adrian, and the Bulldogs have a vice grip on this hockey game. 6-1. Forfar deking and diving. He moves and he fires, and a glove save there by Rodebush. That may be the first offensive chance for Illinois in quite a while that actually got to the goal. This is cleared in for an icing with 9:05 left in the third.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian, they've gone into the shell, and I usually am a big proponent of never going into the shell. It never works. It's a quick way to lose a hockey game. When you're up 5 with 9 minutes left, you can probably go into the shell.
I think what's interesting here, too, I mean, it goes to why Adrian is such a good team, but even on these automatic rushes, they just know who they're getting. The communication between the defensemen, communication between the attack, it's really second to none here, and it shows why they're so well-deserving if this score stays to be the national champions.
Caprio stepping in, shooting through traffic, nobody in front of the goal, and now Kolas behind the net will slash a member of the Bulldogs, and he is going to get a penalty as Kotek was taken down behind the net. But this is an example of frustration getting the best of the Illini bench. Down by 5 goals, 8:45 left in the third. Cruikshank with some more words for McKinnon as well as Coburn.
Yeah, I mean, this game's getting out of hand. The players are slashing each other behind the play. There's a lot of extra words going back and forth. I mean, at this point, Illinois, they're frustrated, they're aggravated, and they're taking it out physically on the Bulldogs.
And the way that Illinois has let up these goals from Adrian, not one of them has been from a cycle. They have been all off a rush, an odd man chance, some turnovers. So the onus has to come on the defense of Illinois, I think just not as quick as the forwards on the rush chances for Adrian. They have blown them out of the water. To the far side it goes.
Yeah, if Adrian has been forced to set up a cycle, that Illinois has done a great job keeping on the outside and not allowing them to get the chances. And it's only on the rush that those pucks are getting into the middle. And it's just because they're just a step quicker than Illinois tonight.
And you have to credit the Bulldogs on that. Whenever they recognize a play along the high glass, maybe flipping it straight up into the air, high above the defense of Illinois, they can see that as a race opportunity to go 2-on-1, 3-on-2. This is Stephen Quinn diving, but he missed the puck. It is Oshoi to the far side, Rainer Gimple. Pressured by Kendati. Coming into the zone of the Bulldogs, Donaldson recovers. Hits number 15, Hosking left circle. He fires one. That may have been off the mask of Heflin, but it stayed out of the crease. Rose for Oshoi. Out in front, Donaldson. Great shot there, but a save by Heflin, who has battled all game long for his team and is the only reason that this game isn't even more out of Illinois' hands. Oshoi, great touch pass there for Donaldson, but he just blew the tire. Behind the goal, Rittendale with a check. It is Rose, top of the point. Oshoi, great touch pass again. Hosking fires one, back door. As this is Moore. Oshoi with 38 seconds left in the power play. Dominic Moore fires one through traffic, blocked away by Kendati to the far side corner, kept in there by Oshoi. Top of your screen, deked around Ernsting with ease. Backhanding one, knocked down by McGing. Bobby Ernsting one-on-one. He's been out on this shorthanded shift for several seconds. He clears it for McGing one-on-one. Stopping, shooting, and an easy right pass there for Rodebush. But the PK of Illinois, because Adrian is still coming on hard. They're trying to draw up plays, but the penalty killing of Illinois remains perfect for now. And a shot, they score! I must have jinxed it, and it's 7-1. Adrian, 6:49 left in the third.
Well, Cristiano, just like you said, off the rush coming out of the defensive end. That's a story for this Adrian college team. They're all coming off the rush.
Yeah, I mean, that's another goal on the rush, and this one, just a singular effort and an absolute snipe. Buried it right up in the top shelf, just blew it right by Heflin. He never even had a chance to react.
7-1, Adrian with 6:49 left in the third period. And the shot came from Michael Trader again. 2 big goals. We're reaching the end point in this one, but 7-1 for the guys in yellow and black. Turning over the puck is Illinois, Mike Finger. Up for 24, Justin Fisher. Jack Graham kept him astray for a minute. Now it is David Counter racing, top of the screen. Here he comes, left circle, tipped in by Moskowitz just wide. On the wraparound chance, it is another try there by Counter, as that was an awkward one there. A big hit there by Forfar as well as Counter. And there's the example of that play there, Quinn. Up into the air, high, and forces Illinois to back up, because if they try to pinch, it's going to end up being an odd man rush coming the other way.
Yeah, well, the last thing that Illinois wants is a foot race, because Adrian has just been faster than them this game.
Excuse me, that was Brad Coburn on that last goal. 23 and 27 mixed up, as Trader was right there. Now it is Quinn on the goal line, tipped out in front. Kendati was unable to reach it under 6 minutes to go in the third period. 7-1 Adrian. This is Rittendale. Up for Quinn. Interchanges with Novosel, chipped in there for Richter. Through a man's skates, but it's wafted away there by the Bulldogs and out to center ice. Rittendale for Kendati. Chips one along that far side, too far for Novosel, so we will get an icing. 5:32 left in the third period. We've seen a lot of Mark Kendati in this third period. Illinois trying to generate some momentum, giving the sophomore more ice time, and also for Adrian, getting guys out like Mark Fratarkangeli. Coburn has been keeping his ferocious amount of ice time up, but Trader seeing that sheet too. McLean drops it back for Greneau. Through traffic, blocked there by Novosel. And angled off the board, Stephen Quinn. Right circle chance now, fires one, blocking it. He is bowled over there. And we may have a little bit here with McLean. Behind the play it goes, two bodies still battling, but Quinn is back up. Illinois is onside, and Cruikshank with a drive in and out of the glove of Rodebush. 5:07 left in the third, and a big hit there by Quinn in a legal fashion on Stone. Chipped in, and a glove save by Rodebush, who keeps the play alive. 5 minutes exactly left in the third period. Stone up for Mark Fratarkangeli along the blue line. Dekes in around Graham, and chips one there for Dominic Moore. Synergy here from Adrian. Despite being up 6 goals, they're still trying to run it up. Opilka down on the near side. Cruikshank against Glimple. Some slashes being exchanged, but none coming out of it, resulting in a penalty. Shikesi now, stolen away by Moskalik, top of the left circle. He fires, glove save there, snared by the goaltender as Moskalik took a tumble. 15:28 into the third period, 7-1 Adrian.
Yeah, Rodebush has had a fantastic season, and now up 7-1 is Adrian, and it's looking like Rodebush is going to go on to have an undefeated season. And that's just a fantastic achievement for him. And I mean, congratulations to him. Your senior year, you go out, you go 26-0 and have a 95 save percentage. That's spectacular.
It's video game-like numbers from the senior out of Toledo. And barring a miracle from Illinois, it will be quite the end to his senior campaign at Adrian College. This one is flipped off the high glass, maybe a 2-on-1 Coburn, right circle is Costello, left point. Nice play from Coburn, and he scores! Beauty up in the top shelf. It's 8-1 Bulldogs, 4:11 left in the third.
And surprise, surprise, on the rush again. A 2-on-1 chance generated from one of those high flips out of the defensive zone. They come flying down, and at this point, they're just showing off, doing some fancy dangles, and just roofs it past Heflin. It's 8-1 now, and Adrian's just going to cruise on to a national championship.
Coburn with 2 consecutive goals, had 38 in the regular season. His third of the tournament here. Nice move around Opilka, and he shelved it as Heflin attempted to guard that short side.
I mean, that's unreal patience from Coburn on there. I think we've seen that a lot on those rushes. I mean, a couple of these goals have just come on Adrian players holding the puck as long as they can and just outlasting the goaltender.
As we get a whistle, 3:52 left in the third period. As Kendati's shot was blocked away.
Here's the thing. I think if you're Illinois, you've played, for the most part, you tried to play your game. You just haven't had the opportunity. The puck hasn't gone through it. I mean, if you're Illinois, you have the effort that you've given, especially in this game. You look at a national championship. There's only one team that's going to walk away as national champions, and if it's not you, the one thing you got to be happy with is at least the effort that you gave. And I think Illinois, especially going 4 games in 4 days, I think they've done that.
Absolutely, getting to the national championship game for the first time since 2008-09 as this pass is picked off. Coming the other way is Donaldson, but Illinois down 8-1, and it seems like, as a big hit there from Andrew Wicklund on Donaldson, that Illinois, it's just been like that, Boz, where a couple of opportunities don't go their way on the rush attack, and it ends up in the back of your net, and you're left thinking, what can we do defensively to shut Adrian down, who seems to be going at 110% each and every rush, despite how many games they've played to get to this tournament. An example of that is for Tarkangeli, almost finessing by Novosel. They've just been the quicker team, they've been the sharper team, and the better team in this hockey game.
Without question, Adrian's just played a better game, but one thing I can say, and for Illinois is they're a very young team, a lot of sophomores and a lot of freshmen on this Illinois hockey club, and they'll be back. They're just going to get older, they're going to develop more, and they'll be better, and they'll be back next year.
A couple players for Illinois that won't be back next year. Joey Caprio, the puck on his stick right now. Eric Cruikshank, James McGing, Joey Rittendale, David Heflin, Andrew Wicklund. Here is Jack Graham, a junior defenseman in his first year at Division I, Illinois. He shoots one easily gloved by Rodebush. 17:49 left in the third period.
Going along with that, look at Illinois, the job that they did just to get here. They went from 14-5 towards the end of the season to gain that position. You can't not be a good team and do that. And Illinois is, through this tournament, we've seen why they're such a good hockey team. That sometimes in the sport, you just tip your cap to the other team.
Here is Dan Stone, down to 120 seconds left in the third period. The defense of Adrian has been excruciatingly difficult to penetrate from Illinois' attack. And Dan Stone, who's 6'4", 220, you mentioned young guys on Illinois, but a young defenseman, a freshman in Dan Stone, only going to get better with age.
Yeah, Illinois is a very young team, and while their goalie's a senior, when you've got a young defensive group, you can bring in a younger goalie, and this defensive group is going to learn and get better, and a young goalie will be able to thrive in this system.
That will be Jake Barnhart getting the starting role with Ross Lippick at the backup position. If that stays the exact same way with the roster, down to 1:35 left in the third period. Opilka for Joey Rittendale. Has two seniors along that far side, Cruikshank as well as Stube, but McGing too. This one will be a delayed offsides, but it's ruled to be legal now as Opilka has it along the left circle. He fires deflected down just wide of the left skate of Rodebush. Cleared away by Adrian, glove down by Opilka. Cruikshank held up a bit by the captain, McKinnon. Play advances now for Stube, drops on for McGing. Stopping and starting against three Bulldogs, but easily excavated now by McLean. He'll skate freely, has Coburn looking for the hat trick, left circle. He wanted a toe drag, he got it done! The left pad saved there by Heflin. In the last minute of his career at Illinois, and he is hurt.
Heflin's hurt.
He might have got, the way it looks like he might have got kicked in the head coming over. But, a strong leg there, and as soon as he made that leg save, and he went straight down.
And this will most likely be what happened to him against Ohio 4 weeks ago. That left hip injury as he extended right to left, giving as much as he had in a minute away from an 8-1 defeat. That type of effort from David Heflin, who has been the MVP of the tournament for Illinois.
Yeah, Heflin's had a great tournament. In this game, you can only do so much, and he gave maximum effort. You can see no one touched him there. It's a non-contact injury. You said he injured his left hip just 4 weeks ago. I would not be, you see him up on his feet now. It looks like he's going to be okay. I'd be very surprised with just 50 seconds left if he doesn't go ahead and finish out the last game of his college career.
And whenever a goalie allows 8 goals in a game, it's obviously not the effort that you want to put out, but Heflin on one leg basically in that crease. MVP of this tournament for Illinois, the only reason they've gotten this far, as Rittendale plays it to the near side.
Yeah, he's hurting, but a lot of heart from Heflin to go ahead and try to finish this game out.
And a slap shot, a blistering one, so it doesn't matter how healthy David Heflin is.
Yeah, Heflin's struggling. It took him a while to get back up.
The Bulldogs flip it out to center, glove down by Coburn under 30 seconds ago in the national championship. Coburn will hold on to it, exchanges with McKinnon. Illinois' forecheck staying back. Down to 15 seconds.
They're just going to hold it up. No, here they come now. Yeah, they're just going to hold it. This is over right here. They're done. They're just going to sit back behind.
And 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And for the first time in program history, the Adrian Bulldogs are champions of the ACHA.
That was just a completely dominating tournament for Adrian. Not a single game they played was close, and they just capped it off with an 8-1 victory tonight. And that's not to discredit at all the effort from Illinois. A great effort by them, but Adrian just came in way too strong. They were the powerhouse through the whole tournament, and they really showed it tonight with an 8-1 victory and in just dominating fashion.
And they came to the semifinals after obliterating Lindenwood 4-0 in the semifinal. A team in their division, Illinois, number 5 in the country. It didn't matter. The Bulldogs maintaining the same storyline, and like you mentioned, it looked like an easy tournament for them, even though they escaped a game against UCO by a score of 4-3.
Yeah, that was UCO gave them a bit of a scare, but outside of that, that was almost like a wake-up call for them. They saw that and they were like, okay, we're better than that. We need to go out and play better hockey in the next few games. And you saw them just blowing through Lindenwood 4-0, and now taking out Illinois 8-1 tonight, and just a great effort both times.
On your screen, you see the Murdoch Cup as well as the second place trophy that will be awarded to Illinois, but the bigger hardware coming to the more deserving team in Adrian tonight.
Yeah, just a great game all around for them.
And it started off pretty quickly for Adrian. In the first minute, they got a goal, and it was a 2-on-0 rush. And if that didn't show you what type of team Adrian was going to come out with and be in this national championship game, I don't know what you were looking for, because Cobrin across, and it was a wide open play for Mike Finger, a guy who had 10 goals in the regular season, came up big to get us started. But in that first period, it was Michael Trader, too, to get his first goal of the national championship. It was scoring by committee from Adrian, and that, I think, struck out to me the most.
Yeah, Adrian, they didn't have one player that really stood out and scored all of their goals. It was a very all-around effort, and now the greatest tradition in all of sports, the handshake line at the end of a hard-fought game.
Despite whatever happened on the ice, still sportsmanship after the final buzzer sounds. Adrian wins 8-1, their first national title in history, but it wouldn't look like that coming from how easily they swept through this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they really dominated the entire tournament, and I fully expect to see them back and playing hard again next year, right alongside of Illinois. And, I mean, you got other teams that we expect to be back. Minot State, I fully expect to be back. Ohio will be back and just as good as ever. We're on track, I think, for another fantastic tournament in 2019.
Illinois will lose several of their players next year in their senior season. David Heflin, you see all the Adrian players coming up to him, giving him some great pats on the shoulders, some extended conversations, and Austin Rodebush and Heflin exchanging some words. A goaltending duel that turned ugly for Illinois, but Heflin, nonetheless, was still outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, all the Adrian players, they saw Heflin go down with the hip injury, what we're assuming is a hip injury, at the end of the period. And, you know, the heart for him, just knowing that your team's down 7 goals, to say, you know what, now I'm going to stay in, this is my last game, and I'm just going to stay in here and tough it out. The Adrian players, they respect that effort, you know, no matter what. That's just something that you've got to, that's just respectable.
Adrian, 30-1 in the regular season. They won their 6th division title in the Great Lakes Collegiate Hockey League. And now ACHA royalty coming to the Bulldogs. Before we get the trophy presentation, still time to talk about this team and how great they were. Illinois bounced in the final game, 8-1. They have left the ice. We will get the trophy presentation in just a couple of seconds. Baz Achafari will have him down at ice level for some interviews. We'll send it down now to Andy Storrs.
Direct your attention to the ice for the award ceremony. Will the following individuals please come forward when announced to receive your national championship medallion? We will go in numerical order. Number 1, Andrew Wagner. Number 3, Matthew Millen. Number 4, J.P. Grinnell. Number 5, Austin Azanaro. Number 7, Cooper McLean. Number 8, Zach Armstrong. Number 9, C.J. Nicholson. Number 10, Marcus Peters. Number 11, Chris Donaldson. Number 12, Austin Kuhn. Number 13, Stephen Chikezi. Number 14, Rainer Glimpel. Number 15, Josh Hosking. Number 16, Marcus Rose. Number 17, Archie McKinnon. Number 18, Kyle Perkowski. Number 19, Dominic Moore. Number 20, Matt Matye. Number 21, Mike Finger. Number 22, Jordan Oshoe. Number 23, Michael Tratar. Number 24, Justin Fisher. Number 25, Dan Stone. Number 26, Joe Costello. Number 27, Brad Cobran. Number 28, Marcel Kotek. Number 29, Mark Fratercangeli. Number 30, Michael Barrett. And number 56, Austin Rodebush. Coaches and team staff of the Bulldogs, head coach Gary Estelos. Assistant coach Aaron Bain. Assistant coach Max Gavin. Athletic trainer Leslie Schulman. And equipment manager Jason Hickey. At this time, men's ACHA Division I Commissioner Brian Moran will make the presentation of the Murdoch Cup. Also making a presentation of the Murdoch Cup is the first president of the ACHA for whom the trophy is named, Dr. Alan Murdoch. Will the captains from Adrian College please come forward to accept the American Collegiate Hockey Association Men's Division I National Championship Trophy and the Murdoch Cup. Captain Archie McKinnon, assistant captains J.P. Grinnell, Justin Fisher, and Brad Coleman. At this time, we will do the MVP presentation. The 2018 American Collegiate Hockey Association Men's Division I National Championship Tournament Most Valuable Player goes to, from Adrian College, number 56, Austin Rodebush. And now we will have all four team captains from Adrian please come forward and accept the Murdoch Cup from Commissioner Brian Moran and Dr. Alan Murdoch. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 ACHA Men's Division I National Championship Tournament champions, the Adrian College Bulldogs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association would like to congratulate both Adrian College and the University of Illinois on a great season. A special thanks to our hosts, the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Ohio Health Schiller Ice Rinks. Next year's American Collegiate Hockey Association Men's Division I National Tournament will be hosted by the Dallas Stars in Dallas, Texas, March 21 through 31. This concludes today's award ceremony.
Thomas Biondo here, starting the post-game show with my friend Jay Sewell. And Jay, is it really that surprising that Austin Rodebush gets the MVP trophy?
No, he was a stellar throughout the entire tournament. We really liked it. We're going to send it down to Boz right now, who has the goalie right with him, Austin Rodebush.
All right, Austin, congratulations. First of all, national championship. Of course, you got the MVP. I think rightfully deserved. Your thoughts going through this whole experience?
Well, the whole experience is just amazing. We got a great group of guys that we all trust each other, and trust what helps us in that championship.
3 goals, obviously that's why you're the unanimous MVP. I mean, your thoughts going through this game, as you see you only gave up 1 goal in this championship game. You play a great Illinois team. I mean, what does this mean for you?
It means a lot. Going out as a senior and winning as a title, be the first D1 team at Adrian College to win. It's just a spectacular moment.
All right. Hey, congratulations again, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Thank you.
Good to hear from the netminder, and really, what I believe it was 2 shutouts and 1 3-goal game and 1 1-goal game. So 4 goals through the course of the 4 games of this tournament. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm smiling. They were a team of destiny. You could feel it in their first game. You could feel it the way they took on Linwood. And then Stony Brook, the team that took them down during the regular season, they came in and they actually played Stony Brook's game and took it to them. What a fabulous tournament. I tell you, these young athletes put on quite the show here in 19 games.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, as you said, the route to the tournament, or through the tournament, I should say. Actually, let's go ahead and send it down to Boz, who's with Brad at Coburn.
All right, Brad, first of all, congratulations on a national title. What's that feeling like?
I'm speechless right now. It's been a long 4 years, not winning it. It's been an uphill battle, Got to work cut out for this tournament, but it feels great right now to be on top right now.
All right, 2 goals in the championship game. That feeling has to be incredible, especially knowing how hard you worked, the adversity this team's had, and you guys had a really dominating tournament. I mean, how does that feel, being on top and then actually contributing the way you did here in this tournament?
It feels awesome to be on top all year. We were told we had a weak schedule and that we weren't going anywhere at nationals. It just felt great to prove everyone wrong. Felt great to score, to contribute my part in the national game, but it's surreal right now to come out on top. It's awesome.
Congratulations again. Go celebrate with the team.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
The Bulldogs were just so good throughout the course of this regular season. As Brad mentioned it, they were 30-1 on the year, 8-1 against teams in this tournament. Now, we mentioned a lot, Lindenwood playing 27 games against tournament teams. So, they came in battle-tested, but I don't know, 9 games against tournament teams with an 8-1 record. Not bad at all.
No, they came in with the number 2 ranking, and I got to tell you, the senior leadership on this team just showed throughout the entire tournament. They didn't back down to anybody, and again, as we talked about in the second intermission, they had a player that was DQ'd yesterday, and the person that replaced him just stood up and rose right up to the occasion.
Yeah, let's go ahead and send it right back downstairs to Boz.
All right, Coach, first of all, congratulations. I know you want to give some people a shout-out, so I'll give you the opportunity to do it right now.
Yeah, no doubt. First and foremost, just all of our parents, everyone has come down, our president of the school, Dr. Docking, Mike Duffy, our athletic director, all the parents, fans that are here, all of our alumni that's been chasing this for the last 10 years. This one's for all of us, especially all the guys, the coaches that built this foundation. We're so blessed to finally get this. This is for all of us. And all glory to God as well.
Yeah, congratulations again. I know you've been kind of, it seems like you've been a little stressed during this tournament, knowing like how much this means to your school, to your program. Can you expand a little bit? A little bit of relief through this game. Knowing that you had it locked up as early as you did, a dominating performance throughout the whole tournament. I mean, what does this say about your team and the volumes that it speaks about your program?
It speaks a ton. I mean, like I said, we've been chasing this for 10 years. You know, we take a lot of pride in our school. We're a small school of just under 2,000 students, but you come to our rink and it's going to be a packed house every Thursday night, and we got a lot of loyal supporters. We're a very lucky school.
I mean, you obviously still got a young team, but you're losing a couple of seniors here. We got to talk to one of them, and Brad Cottle, and I mean, he's been such an amazing player for your team. I mean, what does it speak about the seniors going out as a champion?
Yeah, it speaks ton. They led the way, absolutely no doubt. And we got big shoes to fill, but I think we'll be okay.
All right, we'll let you go take a picture with the team, Coach.
Yeah, Boz, you got to let them go and have a conversation or get into the team picture, because without it, the coach, it just doesn't happen.
Well, you just heard from the head coach. What a class act. Even talking about the parents, we haven't talked about that too much, but again, this was a team of destiny. After 10 years, they built it to win this championship. And as he talked about, it's a small school. And the amount of hockey that's played at this school, I mean, who wouldn't want to go there?
Exactly. I mean, I think we counted 8 total teams. You figure 20 on each team. You're looking at nearly 10% of the population of Adrian College Bulldogs are playing hockey out there.
And like you said, almost everybody shows up on Friday night. The rest of the other 90% to support this team.
Yeah, it was an 8-1 victory here tonight. This was a game that this was actually the biggest win for Adrian in the entire tournament, was in this national championship game. They started out well enough with a 4-0 victory against Stony Brook. They had a 4-1 lead against the national champions, defending national champion Central Oklahoma. It got close to 4-3, but they scored an empty net goal to make it 5-3. After that, they come back and really just shut the door here in this national Final Four. In the national semifinals, they knock off Lindenwood 4-0, and then they beat this Illinois team 8-1.
Yeah, it was just fantastic the way they just had a jump in their step the entire game. They were buzzing around and having a really good time. And I think, as Boz said, it actually started early, but somewhere in when the second period, I know that they scored the goal on them, Illinois, and we thought that they would get back in the team, and the answer came right back, and then they poured it on after that. And it's got to hand it to Illinois. I have to actually say, they were my Cinderella story. I was calling for one during the whole tournament because we had this computer ranking that called it for all but 3 games.
Right.
Out of 19 games, only 3 of them went to the underdog.
Yep.
What a fantastic tournament. The Columbus Blue Jackets put on a fantastic show for us. All the people at ACHA worked so hard for this tournament, and we're so glad to be here. We're going to send it back down to the ice.
Yeah, Boz has got another guy here. Boz, go ahead.
All right, Archie, first of all, congratulations. Senior captain here. I mean, what does this mean for you?
This is huge. It's our last game of the season. The whole year, it's the last game. That's all we needed.
I mean, you've dominated this performance, your whole team. What does it speak volumes, being the captain of this team, seeing what your team has done this whole year? I know a lot of the pundits were saying you had a soft schedule. It wasn't going to mean a lot here. You guys weren't going to do a lot here. I mean, proving them wrong and winning that first championship here in D1.
It just shows how good we are. We're just so deep. We tried so hard throughout the year. We recruited the right guys who bought in.
We're going to do a
hard
wrap-up
work.
of the game and go to break.
All year.
All right, Archie, go celebrate with your teams and family. Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good one.
It was a big victory here for the Bulldogs. Let's just kind of give a quick game recap here. They started out very quickly as Mike Finger would get the first goal on an in-tight 2-on-0, assisted by Brad Coburn. That was only 45 seconds in, really set the tone for this hockey game.
Yeah, and then they got on the penalty within minute 45. They had to kill off a penalty, and from there they just started to run with it.
Yeah, they killed off 2, and then Mike Tritar would get his first of the tournament. Again, so many guys contributing. Just one of the leading scorers ends up getting just his first of the playoffs in the national championship. Franz Arcangeli assisted on that, and we'd go to the locker room at 2-0, Adrian after 1.
Well, we talked about during the whole tournament, balanced scoring. Yep. They got secondary scoring. Everybody has a nose for the net, and what I really liked, and you saw in all of their games, they keep moving their feet, and they find those soft spots on the ice where nobody is, and they would pass to the open areas, and that's what made them so successful in this tournament. They never felt like they were out of any game.
No, you're exactly right. And speaking of not being out of any game, Illinois showed that they were here to play as they scored 141 into the first. Kellner from Ernsting to get the Illini within 1 goal at that point, but I tell you, it was really fast and furious after that. Over about a 5.5-minute stretch, Kuhn scores from Moshoe. He was the one that didn't even play. First game of the tournament, comes out, gets the goal, and then Costello and Fisher finish up to make it a 5-1 game through 40 minutes.
Yeah, and they went into the intermission, and you thought, okay, this is going to be a really tough hill to climb for Illinois. And you thought maybe they would come out. They did come out buzzing. You could tell with the inspirational speech that must have gone on in the locker room. They came out and they made a really good show of it, but they just got overwhelmed by the speed. And again, we talked about it. Maybe it was the fact that they skated so hard against Minot. They really, I mean, that was such an emotional game. And that's pretty hard to come back to within 24 hours and play at that level of intensity.
Yeah, in the third period, Rose would score 50 seconds in after a really good shift. Illinois came out rolling. Rose ended that shift with the goal. Coburn would add 2 later, his second and third of the tournament. And that's how we get to the 8-1 final score.
Yeah, it was just a fantastic. Again, I can't stop smiling. It went really, really well. So.
All right, so with that, we're going to take a quick break. Come on back. Get our final thoughts in on this, the ACHA Men's Division I National Tournament. Welcome back inside the Ohio Health Ice House, and as you can see, the Adrian College Bulldogs celebrating the men's ACHA Division I National Championship. You can see the trophy there. Just a heck of a tournament by the Bulldogs, and they've been outstanding here through the 4 games. Let's go ahead and take a look at how they got to this 8-1 victory. Just we recapped the goals, but they're a thing of beauty. So now let's take a look at them.
Yeah, they get behind the defense here, and then they're just able to play a 2-on-0 and not just slide it underneath the goalie.
Yeah, I mean, the team was so balanced, and we talked about it. Right off the top, this team had 10 different players that had over 30 points on the air. That's just unbelievable balance.
Yeah, and there's a tough goal. They earned this one. This is one of those, might call it a dirty goal. Defenseman loses his stick as well as the goalie, and nothing to sweep the puck out of the net.
Although we do have to give netminder for Illinois, David Heflin, ton of credit, as well as all of the Illini players. Heflin played his heart out. The whole team played their hearts out.
Yeah, they didn't stop the 60 minutes. They just got into a track meet that was tough to do.
Yeah, as we see the rocket shot there, that was the big goal by, again, Austin Kuhn, talking about that depth. Guy didn't play the first 3 games of the tournament, comes in, gets a big goal here. He'll actually get an assist on a later goal as well.
Yeah, it was a nice howitzer. He just came in a slapper and then 5-hole right through the Heflin.
Yeah, and then this one might have been the backbreaker here, where it looked like the post was held, but then a little bit of a reach behind, and that tap in by Costello unassisted. That made it 4-1. and it just really seemed to be a big momentum changer.
He was on the post. It just snuck around right underneath the skate. Couldn't get a skate down to stop that puck.
Yeah, what a shame, too, because as we said, Heflin coming into today had only a 1.91 goals against average and a 9.57 save percentage. As we see the shot there, and that was just a centering pass and a one-timer. Fisher, an outstanding finish.
Yeah, watch him move into the soft areas. All of a sudden, he comes right up downtown. Nobody watching him. Everybody caught puck watching and trying to make sure that netminder had it.
Yeah, and the kind of goal fest continues, and there was really nothing Heflin could do about that one, and that is the goal just 50 seconds in. Rose helping to put this one away early in period 3.
This is one of those tic-tac-toe plays. You saw 3 passes, and it's in the back of the net. You had to try and take the shooter, and all of a sudden it moved to the passer, and that passer was able to get the shot.
Great give and go. That's exactly what you do. You can look to create that space, and Adrian just kept doing that all night. Real sharp passing, and now we see the first of 2 for Coburn, and really pretty much snipes by Coburn and for both of them.
Yeah, it's almost the same shot, 5-hole, and you just wonder at that point what the concentration level was for poor the Illini. They were fighting hard, but they wouldn't. Can watch the track meet here. They just can't keep up with the speed.
Well, it's like you said, Adrian seemed to be on a mission this entire tournament, and this game showed just how much they were on that mission.
Yeah, this is the first time it was hard for them to keep the gap between the players. They did a really good job against Minot. Illinois did the night before, angling the players off, not letting Minot have that speed. And tonight they just couldn't get that extra step to chase down the Adrian players or get the angle on them that they needed.
Yeah, you're right about that. Let's go ahead and throw it downstairs to Boz and Quinn with their final thoughts kind of this game and the tournament.
All right, thanks, Thomas. Thank you, Jay. I'm here with Quinn, who actually got to see it from the broadcast level. I mean, this was really what we expected out of Adrian College. It was a dominating performance, and outside of the Central Oklahoma game that they had to go, I mean, that they really
right down the
had
way
a
there in the
battle
back.
through to beat the defending national champions. Now we see Adrian College as a defending national champion.
Yeah, I mean, the final score of that game was 4-3, but when push came to shove, they handled it very well, and we should have seen it as a sign of things to come when you take out the defending national champion. And I mean, they've rolled through Lindenwood. A lot of people thought Lindenwood's strong defensive style was going to lead to them winning with ease and cruising through to the championship game, and then Adrian just burnt out all those theories and rolled to a 4-0 win, killing off 2 2-minute-long 5-on-3s, which is just unheard of. And then they go in tonight against Illinois, who frankly looked fairly exhausted, and right out the gate, I mean, scoring 45 seconds, and that was just a sign of things to come. 8 goals, all on the rush. They just like the faster team throughout the game, and just a completely dominating effort from Illinois.
Yeah,
from Adrian.
I kind of feel like, I mean, Illinois 4 games in 4 nights might have been a little too much. Of course, Adrian College being the number 2 team, they got that extra day off while Illinois was playing, so maybe that factored into it. But I think part of it too, you look at the things that Adrian College put together. I mean, they played all 60 minutes of good hockey, and I mean, for the most part, even when they tried to take their foot off the pedal, I mean, they were pretty impressive on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, even in the third period, at that point, they were just at a point where they were just going to kind of put it on cruise control and calm it down, and they still put up goals in the third. I mean, it felt like they weren't even trying, like they were just kind of experimenting in the offensive end and just putting together just filthy goals all over the ice, and it was just kind of singular efforts, players just trying to just do something fancy.
Austin Rodebush, you mentioned it during the broadcast. Senior year, he went 26-0. I mean, through this tournament, he's had almost a 97 save percentage. I mean, having that as your backstop is kind of a comfortable thing playing in front of.
Yeah, I mean, Rodebush had a fantastic year, and not only at that, but Adrian's defense was fantastic throughout this tournament, throughout the season. The shots that they blocked, like Rodebush had a 97 save percentage in the tournament, but a lot of the stuff that got through to him was because it was shots from way up high, and it wasn't like they weren't good chances. And every time that Illinois seemed like they were about to generate a good chance on goal, when they went to pull the trigger, there was an Adrian player right in their face, and they just couldn't get it on frame.
I mean, personally, just looking back at the whole tournament as a whole, I think this has been a fun one to watch. We got some fans walking through, but I mean, speaking of this tournament, this has been a fun tournament to cover. I mean, all these teams have been good. They've been all class, all these players. I mean, you look at Adrian still celebrating and fans coming out. But, I mean, this has been a fun tournament to watch. The crowd's been great. Of course, Ohio has been the closest team. They were bounced by Illinois, who was the runner-up now. But I think this has been a fun tournament for everyone involved.
Oh, I've had a great time at the tournament. I mean, and every team here, they deserve to be here. They fought hard throughout the season, and then Adrian just came through and they dominated. They earned this national championship title.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what this tournament also showed, it was definitely the best of the best. And for the most part, where they were ranked at is where, aside for Illinois, where in Minot State, they finished where I kind of think we all expected them to finish.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that we've talked about kind of throughout the entire tournament is the computer rankings proved to be correct in almost every single matchup. And very few, Colorado won once and Illinois won twice against a team that was a better seed than they were. And outside of those few wins, those three examples were the only times out of the entire tournament that the higher seeded team prevailed.
I also think they for sure got it right with the MVP and Austin Rotobush, but I think this has been a fun tournament. I know from us at a broadcast perspective, everyone here, we hope you've enjoyed it. I think this has been an exceptional tournament that's been put together, and for those of you on the broadcast, of course, we want to wish a happy birthday to our director and Matt Coma, but this has been a fun tournament to watch.
Yeah, it's been a great tournament, and I expect it to be just as strong a tournament next year in Dallas, and frankly, I can't wait for next year.
All right, yeah, we'll send it right back up to Jane to Thomas, and I think, speaking for everyone here, we've had a great tournament.
Oh, it's been a great tournament all the way through. It's been a joy to call. It's been a joy to watch, because really all these men out here put forth such a valiant effort as they played through the tournament.
Yeah, it was actually really, really fun to come to the rink. We got here Wednesday, started calling games, and went through 18 games with the 19th being the championship, and there was excitement in every single game we watched.
Yeah, great skill, great talent. We saw it pretty much throughout every game throughout the whole tournament. Like you said, games starting Thursday night with the lower seed matchups, kind of the play-in games, coming all the way through the national championship between the 2 and 5 seed here.
Yeah, we even had some fun here. We had some D2. We watched the D2 championship. That went really well. And being here at the Nationwide Center, we had an opportunity to see the Detroit Red Wings come in for their morning skate. We were able to see, of course, the Blue Jackets for their morning skate. Boy, what a fantastic facility that they have here that Columbus has put on in the city.
Yeah, the Ohio Health Ice House has just been great game after game after game. Yet fresh ice, good ice really for the most part. Never really saw a lot of pucks happening in ruts. Just another sign of how good Columbus has been for the city.
Yeah, and head coach Gary Stalos again mentioned the parents, and I need to give a shout out to the parents. These kids started when they were probably 4 or 5 years old. Parents drove them to the rink. They had morning practices that the parents had to get up to and then get them dressed and get them to school. And off they went, and then they had to get through the whole ranks of Pee Wee. They had to get through Bantam and then midget AAA, then into maybe even a high school program or two, and then off to the juniors, and then come into this league. And just fantastic hockey. It feels more junior than it does NCAA college, and I actually like that game. That game is a fast-paced, take-no-prisoners type of a mentality. You see these kids come off the bench when they have to get on the ice, they rush on the ice.
Yes, and they don't want to face the wrath of a coach if they don't rush out onto the ice, because if you don't rush, you're going to end up running into a situation where you're going to give up a goal with how quickly these players move up and down the rink.
Yeah, we saw some fantastic moves, great hands. We saw a lot of the defensemen that sometimes have a larger stature with beautiful hands, able to dangle, actually weaving right up through the forwards. And again, the skill level is great. I would actually believe that some of these kids could be in a D3 program, and they're just not there for that reason.
So let's kind of give you one last question. Bulldogs, we see that they get the national championship, the number 2 seed. Do you think they're going to be back again next year?
I tell you, they're only graduating 6 or 7 seniors. Although they're losing their goalie, Rotobush, the MVP of the tournament. But I can't see them not being ranked in the top 20 next year to be able to make this tournament.
Yeah, and I believe the backup netminder Michael Barrett is just. his numbers are not that far off away from Austin Raudebusch.
No, who's ever training these lads is fantastic. They're really doing a great job there. And you can see that on the screen here, just the excitement of the Adrian Bulldogs. What a fantastic, great program.
Yep, so for Steve Casson and Sam Fleming, Cristiano Simonetta, and Quinn Koski, guys that have all called games. Jay Sewell's been involved with them. Me, Thomas Biondo, Baz Echeverry, and Matt Coleman. Want to thank all those guys. We couldn't do this also without Andrew Sanders and without Matt Coma and Josh Huffley, our director. Also to AJ Bolden, who hopefully will get some rest tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. The ACHA Men's National Championship to Adrian.